Hello everyone. Welcome to HP for Heroes, this weekend's charity tournament hosted by Dapple Productions and IPL. It is I, Mad Gamer II. I am joined by the lovely Miss Pixie Six.
Hello everyone. I'm really excited for this HP for Heroes charity tournament.
As am I. Our first matchup for today is Secret Elixir versus Trippelfritierte Gambawaffeln.
I'm so excited that I got to hear you try and pronounce that. Okay, can I try? Can I try myself?
Go for it.
Okay, I think it's Trippelfritierte Gambawaffeln. That's my try.
Accurate.
But anyway, we're gonna call them waffle because
we're gonna call them waffle.
We are tragically American and cannot pronounce that name.
Yes, quite unfortunate. Looking at these, because we do have this is quite the tournament we got going, because I know Dapple Productions, they have a lot of the European side and then IPL on the North American side, but we have, with the combination of these two orgs, we have player base out just so huge today, so huge.
Yeah, that's like half the world right there. The US or North America and overseas. Well, overseas for us.
And it's like this first match is like perfect just to showcase that Secret Elixir being one. Are they high tier? Are they mid tier? I forget where they're at. They've been doing incredibly well lately on the Western front.
I would say low on the high tier or high on the mid tier. They're in there somewhere. Because I want to say they're Div 3 or 4.
I would believe that.
I'm so sorry. I know Kurta and I know Cactus well. I should know what their team div is. I'm sorry.
Speaking of, looks like Secret Elixir is going to be one getting the first pop here, getting that nice ink bonus for their specials, but I haven't seen any. Oh, I take that back. 10-second cooler online right now.
Yep, it looks like Waffle is just trying here to hold mid. They got some specials up on the shot. Let's see if we see the Inkzuka come out over here on the right. No picks though, just the one pick on the dually so far.
Looking at the comp here, looks like Waffles bringing out the standard pencil here with their cooler option, but then Secret Elixir going for the Nouveau ballpoint for that VAC option, and they're going to have that NZAP on the cooler instead. Nice! It is just the Blaster versus the Splatling now. The Bucket's coming in for some support, so it's going to be Waffle getting the first checkpoint of the match.
Yeah, I was just about to say how amazed I was that we were almost a minute into the game and the Rainmaker hadn't moved, but luckily Waffle was able to get that Rainmaker first checkpoint there, though it looks like Secret Elixir is now building a strong defense with that Crab pushing Waffle out of mid.
It is interesting that they're opting to go with the vanilla duelies for that Crab option, like especially for Rainmaker. I don't think I see that play too much unless they're like planning to do something like for the entire tournament with that Crab, because Crab is still pretty strong, but the Blast are trying to get something going there, but it ends up jumping out instead, and so it will be Secret Elixir getting their checkpoint as well, but still a point behind, and they don't seem to have the pressure or the space to be taking it much farther unless the Zap's going to be going for that few extra points, and I think they might be with the Kula now.
Looks like Waffle did lose the lead here. They do have 3 up on Secret Elixir's 2 here. They can get it out of this corner, hopefully, trying to get some more picks with this Blaster, but the Blaster does get a trade. Oh, there's lots of trades happening. They're trying to get out of this corner. It's too hard.
That was a nice pressure from the Blaster there. The VAC was online, so the Splatling couldn't reach them, and then every other weapon didn't have quite the range to contest them, so they just went in. They got the trade, but it was enough to make Secret Elixir back off, and they are now 2 down. No, the shot went in for a few extra points, but they are still once again 2 down, and Waffle's going to be taking a lot of space in mid now.
Yes, it looks like this is a good chance to get their push going, get some points here, but Secret Elixir is able to kind of push them here, get the Rainmaker down. Waffle has to rebuild up their defense, rebuild up their offense, try and push it out of this corner, but this corner is well known as a hard push point because of it's so narrow, it's just a little hallway.
Oh, I remember the days of Stingray, both for defense and offense. You just sit up on that corner, fire it away, and it reach across the entire map, but you know, like nowadays, like we don't quite have that option, so it isn't quite as stalemate. But the vac might be the next closest thing. Speaking of, which is going to be activated here, trying to find something. They're throwing out all the specials they can, and that Rainmaker is still alive. Funny enough,
they're trying to just live in that corner. That was so impressive. Even the crowd was on them, but they just didn't get that Rainmaker down. Looks like a good time for Waffle to try and make this push here. Secret Elixir did have one down. Now they have their full team. Let's see if they can push. Oh, they did, and they got the lead. Let's go.
20 ticks left on that Rainmaker, and they're able to get a 4-point lead off of this. With still a minute and a half, it's still anyone's game, but like that is definitely going to relieve some of the pressure off them, and they're already setting up for a solid defense. 2 members of Secret Elixir down, and they have the vacuum and the Rainmaker in their possession, but just like they don't have any follow-up for the time being until their teammates respawn.
Looks like Waffle's in a good position here. They're holding mid pretty well. They've got specials online, although the bucket does go down now. Looks like Secret Elixir is getting some picks here, trying to push from left to right, trying desperately with this Rainmaker, trying to get more points here. They're not seeming to get these picks, though.
Once again, that Blaster just putting on a lot of pressure on that Rainmaker. I feel like they're going to have to find that Blaster and take them out before they can get around that corner, but the strikes and the Zook are going to be coming out. Rainmaker goes down, and it is going to be Secret Elixir having to back up once again. Waffle just absolutely putting on the pressure with that kind of counter defense.
Yeah, I'm amazed that that pencil's so pushed up right there. It's really giving Secret Elixir a hard time. Although Secret Elixir does pop the Rainmaker now with that back online, maybe they can push forward here, but Waffle is just right in that corner trying to give them all the trouble.
Ooh, Cactus trying to make something happen. I feel like it was unfortunate they had to use the vac so early, because like they need to get around that corner to even get close to that lead, and they are now 3 down with no members left in that corner. So it is going to be probably Waffle just going to be taking the dub here. They tried for the last minute attempt, but it just was not going to work out for Secret Elixir.
Yeah, that was Cactus with the cheeky Rainmaker play, but Waffle was able to spot that right away, get that pick, get that, establish their lead, keep their lead, and then win this match point.
Yeah, you can see Secret Elixir there. Like, they were wanting to get in that corner, trying to get around that bend and pop their vacuum there, but with the pressure of that the Blaster and the bucket around that corner, it's like they couldn't get there safely, so they had to pop the vacuum early just to get within distance. And like, even with that protection, just the defense held strong for Waffle, and so they couldn't even get close to taking that lead back.
Right. Oh, goodness. I feel like it was pretty even in the beginning there, just between the two teams, but Waffle just, after Secret Elixir got that lead, Waffle was just like, you know what, we're bringing this back. And then they all formed together, and they went in the right corner, and they got the points, and they were able to hold that lead through the rest of the game.
I'm impressed that they were able to hold that lead, because usually for Rainmaker, especially for Humpback, it's just like that kind of point value is so easy to take back, just because the distance required to get to that points is not very far. But like, they did hold that corner incredibly well. Like, they did not let Secret Elixir even get close to coming around that bend,
which is amazing, because that's such a hard corner to hold. Like, for both sides, that one corner is what stopped them from really pushing any farther than they did.
Now, going into this next one, I believe is going to be zones on Roborom. This is going to be interesting because, like, with the pencil is pretty strong as a backline, but if they're going to be opting for that ballpoint again, it's going to have quite a bit of pressure going into this. And like, if Secret Elixir is able to kind of do that lockout, they can certainly get all the points. But it seems like Waffle was doing a good job with the defense once again. So like, Secret Elixir has to get the upper hand earlier on if they want to be able to take this match, I think.
Definitely. Just be aggressive early. And they have that aggression. They proved it to us the last game when they got the lead and a minute in. And just, they can do it. They have the resources. They just have to be able to hold it as well.
Exactly. And it's like, it's going to be that retake that's going to be so crucial for zones. I think the crab they were running that in that last match is definitely going to be strong and pretty useful for this next one, especially if they're going to be on the defense holding that zone.
Definitely. Let's see if we see most of the same weapons. Let's see on the other side as well. Ooh, pencil on both sides. I remember pencil on both sides before.
Yeah, they Secret Elixir opting for the pencil this time, but I'm impressed. They're running a double Zuka comp with Soda swapping to the Carbon Roller, going for some really aggressive weapons right there. I think that's going to be a great pick for this map because of all the little places in the flanks that are on this. Like, you have to have your head on a swivel, just watch all around you if they want to avoid that Carbon.
Oh, definitely. It looks like Secret Elixir is able to paint this pretty early here, getting some picks, 2 picks off of Waffle. Cactus kind of sharking around here, trying to get some more picks. But right now, it seems like Secret Elixir just really holding the zone here.
Doing a good job with that lockdown, making sure that Waffle can't get in. But, ooh, the Carbon Roller jumping right into the arms of that shot right there. And they're going to be falling with the Zuka, getting a nice shot on the pencil. And they are going to be pressed up so far. Like, this is going to be tough for Secret Elixir to have to break out of. And they have to spend so many resources just to get off their plat.
Wow. We were just talking about how Secret Elixir had to push up early, and they did. But they certainly didn't have the hold that Waffle has right now on their plat.
No, exactly. Like, this is the other thing I was talking about. I was like, just they have to find a way to break in, and right now Waffle has so much paint on the ground. Look at that, so much orange.
Ooh.
The Zuka comes out, gets a pick on the pencil, and like they return and kind of get the blaster down as well as the bucket, so they are going to be able to possibly recap this zone here with the 52 just in the middle of that zone. But no, the defense is still holding strong.
I was so impressed with the 52-player Mom Eater right there, because they jumped down at that ledge and they didn't have someone else on Secret Elixir to really back them up, except for the Trizuka from I believe. Like they made that play and they still got picks and they were alone, so that was really impressive.
Yeah, the 52 kit with that splash roll on the Killer Whale, it does allow it to be a little bit more independent than a lot of other weapons, especially playing against a backline just because of that wall. But it is going to be the 52 going down here to the bucket with Soda returning in kind, but it is now just the Carbon and the pencil. But so far, they seem to be holding on. That zone is in contention right now, and they are close to getting rid of the rest of their penalty points.
Ooh.
And nice shot from the Zuka right there.
That was a great Zuka. Oh, looks like Secret Elixir is trying to push up on the enemy's plat now. They're trying to establish that hold, the same hold that Waffle did to them. Although they do see one member of Secret Elixir go down, 2 go down. 1 is down on the side of Waffle, but they're able to take this zone back, I think. They're sure getting the picks. Oh, that's a triple from Agate here. Wow, are they going to get the wipeout? Are they going to get the wipeout? Are they going to get the 4th? Are they going to get the 4th?
Oh, they're so weak right now. They do finally get the delayed wipe.
Delayed wipe, but Mom Eater was able to clean up really quickly.
Ah, that was unfortunate, but fortunate for Secret Elixir, because that is going to mean that the blaster is not there to lock them out like they were before. So they have a chance because they're getting close to that penalty for Waffle. Once again, ticking down, 2 members of them going down. And he's going to flop back into Secret Elixir's favor. But, ooh, the Rogue Bomb taking down the Carbon. It is now a 2v2 situation, and the Zuka's going to be coming out.
Wow, Waffle's in a good position here. Even though they only have 2 up right now, they're able to kind of hold back Secret Elixir from going any more forward. It is still painted in Secret Elixir's favor, though 2 have gone down from the side of Secret Elixir. Ooh, it looks like they're trading now. They're just getting all these picks.
Yeah, it's quite the scrappy fight here. Cactus doing a good job of staying alive in this corner here, allowing the jumps to get in. 52 in shot now on the zone, and the Zuka coming out. They're going to be able to just kind of like keep the pressure going for Waffle, but they're going to have to watch out for the strikes. But no, they get 3 members down, and they still have control of the zone. They didn't have any more penalty points added to that. It is just the pencil they got to watch out for now.
Ooh, Secret Elixir is all up in mid together. They have a good chance to establish this hold here. The timer is ticking down. They are getting points. Oh, but they lost control. Oh, let's see if they can get this back, but they really don't have enough members here to paint it.
That was such a good Zuka, and that's going to be another delayed wipe on Secret Elixir. Just that Zuka taking down the Carbon and the pencil that cut their paint in half. And so now they are once again just pushed so far up. Like, they have a solid control of that chokehold right there, where that Secret Elixir needs to get out. Shot goes down to the Zuka, but they're running out of time. Only 30 seconds left on the match, and they still have quite a bit of points before they can get that lead back.
Yeah, it looks like Cactus trying to get in here, trying to hold zone, while Mom Eater's trying to get some picks in the back. They are able to get the zone back to neutral, but oh, it looks like Waffle able to paint it while they're still there.
If Cactus is able to win this fight against the shot, and the shot goes down to the carbon roller actually, so now that's going to be a lot of their paint out of the way as they has just a blaster in the bucket, but no, there's still a lot of special, and the blaster just going off again, getting two. It is just the pencil left, and we are now in overtime with the Zuka out, and that's going to be game with 2-2 Waffle taking this set.
Wow, that was a good game. That they really tried at the end there to get that back for Secret Elixir, but wow. It was just so much aggression from the side of Waffle, so many good picks. Just they were able to hold it. It was great to watch.
Yeah, Secret Elixir, they were doing an excellent job of breaking back in and taking control of zone, but it's like they weren't quite able to replicate what Waffle was doing to them. They weren't quite able to push up quite as far before some of the members were taken down. Especially from those Zuka shots just coming out, getting the pencil several times. It's just like it really disrupted their momentum trying to get in here. And like once they were in control, Waffle just came in and like completely locked it down with Agate here on the blaster with some really impressive plays on their own, just retaking the zone and taking down the Secret Elixir. Like it was a hard match going into this.
Oh, definitely. I'm amazed at how many times it flipped back and forth between who had control.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this a play all three or is this a best of three? It is a play all three. Okay. So we are still going to do Clam Blitz on Crab Leg.
Blitz on Crab Leg. That was the other thing I was noticing from that last match is that with the carbon and the shot in play for Secret Elixir, they were running a double Zuka comp, which is pretty prevalent for Crab Leg as a map, just because of all the grading there. With the pencil being the backline of choice, and with all the run speed perks that come with that, having a Zuka on hand to kind of like take them down when they're applying all that pressure in mid is certainly going to be useful, especially for Clampless, which has quite the chokehold on that ramp there just to get to the basket.
Right. And as we have a little bit of time before they get into their match, I'd like to talk a little bit about HP for Heroes, what we're doing today, what this charity is. So HP for Heroes is this Gamers Outreach charity event. It's going to happen annually, but this is the first one. And this money is being raised so Gamers Outreach can create go-karts. And then what are go-karts, you might ask? Go-karts are these portable kiosks that they build for hospitals so all the patients can play video games while they're, healing or getting well. And I don't know if you've ever been in a hospital, IMAD, but I have, and it is a really isolating experience. You're sad, you're sick, you're hurt, you're away from home, and it's great to have something comforting like a go-kart to be able to play games with your friends and family.
Yeah, I've never been in the hospital myself, but I have been sick and have to stay at home in my room, and I have been pretty thankful to have kind of those options, like have my Switch on me, just able to play when I'm in bed all day. It is really helpful to have that kind of resource, kind of have that tool to pass the time, and it is fantastic that they're providing that for families who wouldn't normally have access to that kind of thing.
Exactly, especially in the hospital, If you'd love to donate to this cause, just press !donate to the Twitch chat, and you can donate some money. That would be great. Get some more go-karts in these hospitals. Get the kids playing games, you know what I mean? Gamers?
Heck yeah.
All right, here we're doing Clam Blitz on Crab Leg. This is actually one of my favorite map modes now that I've become more familiar with Crab Leg. So I'm seeing pencil on both sides again, though I am seeing the different machine on the side of Secret Elixir. So I'm excited to see more of those Inkzukas.
Yeah, Waffle has been pretty consistent with their comp so far, but Secret Elixir really pulling out all the stops. Still sticking to that double Zuka comp with the shot and the Neo machine, but bringing out the Rapid Deco for that Inkjet, an interesting choice. I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing with that. Kind of maybe that chip damage that can test the range blaster, but they are so far on the back foot already. With Waffle just having so much pressure mid. Once again, that like I was saying before, that pencil up in the middle grading just putting on so much pressure to them.
Now, in the other games, we did see Secret Elixir take a lot of space really early. It looks like they're having a little bit trouble here, though. They do have 2 picks off of Waffle, but as they're pushing up forward, they are having trouble against that pencil and this blaster.
Oh, but they're able to survive this engagement. 2 members going down, including that blaster right there. So now it is Secret Elixir with all the paint in mid. Now they just got to find the clams and the opening they need to get in and put the clams in the basket. But we are already seeing that the Zook coming out. That just the defense for Waffle is holding strong for the time being.
Ooh, Secret Elixir does have a power clam in their possession. They are trying really hard to push this ramp here, but it looks like Waffle knows exactly what they're doing. They know exactly where to push from. They know where Secret Elixir is. They're just trying to pressure them to go back, and they're able to get these picks here.
Yeah, that was such a good split by Waffle that, like, we saw the Inkjet coming out. They did get that nice pick there and opened up to the ramp, but with the strikes, came in and just cut Secret Elixir in half. The ball carrier was stuck behind all the way in mid, so they couldn't get through the opening that was created by the Inkjet to get to the basket. And so now it is flipped back once again into Waffle's favor with them having control of mid. And a nice 2 down, one from the Zuka, one from the pencil. And now they're going to be pushing up and possibly open this basket, and they do indeed.
Yeah, 2 minutes in, and we got our first basket opening on the side of Waffle. They are holding the plat pretty well here, getting a few clams in. They don't seem to have too many to their name, though. Can't make too big of a push, but they are getting these picks here. Maybe they can keep it open for a little bit longer.
A couple more in going in. The blaster just hanging out on this ledge right where you want the blaster to be. Getting a nice splat on the shot. And the pencil is set up really nice along with the shot here, and they are still keeping this basket going.
Wow.
And they haven't... Secret Elixir hasn't been able to dislodge the blaster, but now 3 members down, just the pencil, and they are going to be backing up as quickly as they can. But 41, that is a nice first push.
They were able to hold that plat for so long. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting them to, because they really didn't have any clams to their name, but they were able to keep getting those picks enough for the other members to go back and grab more clams.
Yeah, the bucket push up there with the strikes just created a lot of space, and that just allowed the blaster to get right in and set up shop. But Secret Elixir now in control of mid, and once again trying to get up this ramp here. They have the Inkjet on hand. It is going to be popped here, but the Zookas are going to be coming out, getting the one and another. So it is just the machine and the shot here, and just they are not able to find this space to get in.
They were really pushing that ramp there and even trying to go up on the left side in that block, but they just were not able to get past Wafflin's defenses. Looks like the pencil here is able to push back all the members of Secret Elixir, all of them out of mid at least. They are trying really hard to get that power clam in. They have been holding it for so long, but I just don't see a great opening for Secret Elixir.
I think Secret Elixir is going to have to be careful here, because so far Waffle has done a good job of just kind of disrupting their momentum. Every time they get a special going, they try to create an opening. They counter with their own specials and just, like, once again, just split the team in half. But we saw the machine trying to get a little bit aggressive on their own, trying to create an opening, force that through, but, like, they got to be careful not to get called out just to get caught unawares, because that could lead to a stagger, and that would just give more space for Waffle to work with.
Curta here on the Inkjet trying to get some picks here. Maybe a little too far back to get anyone, though. Oh, looks a little tricky from where they are. They aren't able to get too much more space, though, with that special. Looks like Secret Elixir is getting pushed back now by these Ink Strikes. Wafflin in a good position to push forward onto their ramp.
3 members of Waffle on that ramp. They're going to be pushing the pencil back, getting the basket open, a couple more clams in, and they are, once again, just like really just locking down on this plat here. The blaster fighting the pencil. Blaster coming out on top. That is going to be down to 38 points. The penalty points are gone, and we only have 10 seconds left, remaining 6, and they are still trying to push this basket.
Oh, you're right, Imad. Looks like Secret Elixir is really scrambling to just hold their own plat. They do have a power clam. They do have the overtime now. They could try and score, but Wafflin is just really holding this position here, getting them to not even be able to get out of the ramp.
Ooh, Cactus with a sneaky jump. They're going to be jumping in. They only have a couple more seconds to get the ball in before overtime, but they are going to reset the timer, get a couple of clams. Another power clam down to 50. Oh, they need at least another power clam to even come close to that lead, but unfortunately, it is just one member of Secret Elixir remaining, and they are all the way back in their own spawn.
That was a good attempt, good try, but I guess they just didn't have enough power clams to make that one go in their favor.
Yeah, I was like, Waffles didn't even see Cactus go through there and just get that all the way to the basket, and they almost didn't even stop them in time, just because like the other two were pushed up so far, but they were able to pull back and they were able to camp some of those jumps. So even though they got the power clams in, they didn't have the kind of like the power to sustain that push.
That's right. Oh my goodness. And good job for both teams. I mean, Secret Elixir did not just give up those wins. They fought hard. They did everything they could. They were really aggressive. They got picks, but just Wafflin just had the really strong iron defense there. They were just able to keep together and get those picks and cover each other so well that it just seemed like they could never get taken down.
Oh, absolutely. I think again, just like they held or they were dictating a lot of the momentum during that game. So like every time that Secret Elixir tried to make something happen, they were just like, nope, you're not doing that. Here's a Zuka, here's a Ink Strike, and they just kind of threw off their groove a bit. So they were forced to retreat, even if it was back to mid. Like even when the times where they had control of mid, it just couldn't quite break through what had Waffles had set up.
That's exactly right. I would also like to mention that we have raised over $1,000 so far for the HP for Heroes event. If you look at the actual Tiltify for all the money that's been raised so far for these go-karts, we've actually raised over $25,000, which was the main goal. They're at 28,240 right now. So all this money, it's still going to make even more go-karts. Like they already reached their goal, but let's get higher than that. Let's achieve more. Let's do more.
That's right. That wasn't the maximum. That was the minimum we wanted. So now we want to raise the bar, raise it up.
Exactly. Gotta go big or go home. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Can we get it to 50,000?
Oh my gosh. Hey, now we gotta keep it realistic. Let's do 100,000.
You right.
Hear that, gamers? Open your wallets for charity. It's for a good cause. It's for children. Do it for the sick children.
The children.
The children who are our future. Ooh, we get to see the brackets.
Yes, that was the end of round 1 right there. Looking at here, it seems a lot of I'm seeing a lot of 3-0s. We got a couple of 2-1s in there, but for the most part, just a lot of teams are taking the dub like pretty strongly here.
Victories.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a lot of good teams that are playing today. I see a lot of team names that I've recognized from higher like div matches.
Mm-hmm. Looking at the standings right now, like we have a lot of trying to see if anybody else I could recognize, but yeah, just a lot of good teams playing today. A lot of competition for this.
Mm-hmm. I like Freddy Fazbear. That's a good team name. Goodness.
Poem Panic Xenix teams.
Xeniths team. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Duck Motif I've seen before. I think they did well, actually. Did they win a thing? Someone can correct me if they didn't. Donate so the sick children can play Splatoon. Real!
So yeah, that was the end of round 1. We can see the results for that, but we will be going to a short break before round 2. So in the meantime, if you haven't got like a couple bucks, just feel free to donate. Like every little dollar can helps.
Exactly. Do it for the kids. We love children.
All right. Well, everyone, stay tuned, stay hydrated, and we'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the HP for Heroes stream. This charity event is raising money for Gamers Outreach to provide go-karts to hospitals. So please, please donate if you can. Also, hi, I'm Mad. I forgot to introduce you.
Yes, tis I, the Mad Gamer, and we got our round 2 set. Frostburn versus the Sea Squirts. Looks like a bit of a pickup for both sides if I'm reading this correctly, but because I don't recognize, I recognize some of the players, but not the team names.
Yes, I recognize Rice. I don't remember what they play, but I do recognize the name. Some of the other ones, what was it? Lemon and Lime? What is it? I'm so sorry. I just saw the name. Yes, it is Lemon and Lime. I recognize their name. I don't remember what they play either, but they must be pretty good if I remember them.
Yeah, it's funny enough that we're seeing Rice play now because they were originally on Secret Elixir, which we just played. So it's funny that we're going to be seeing them in their next match right here.
Gotcha. Ooh, and the match is ready to go.
Ooh. I wasn't not even paying attention to what we got, right?
TC on Hagglefish, it looks like.
TC on Hagglefish. Oh, the new Inkblot TC.
I wouldn't call it that. Hagglefish is very unique. It has its own quirks.
True, but it is like I feel like it's the standard for just like, oh, you always see it. It's one of the map modes you always see.
I suppose.
But talk about unique. I'm looking at the comps here. Frostburn bringing out the heavy edit. You don't see the heavy edit in play too often, but they're going to be using that for their cooler option alongside the range blaster, which we just saw in that last match as well. But then on the opposite side, we have the vanilla. What is it? The Stamper. The Stamper.
Splatana Stamper, yeah.
Yeah, the Splatana Stamper. There we go. It's like just completely different kind of styles they got going here for their comps.
Wow. And it seems like they're kind of all over the map here. Very different from the play we saw with Secret Elixir and Waffle. These players all are about the sharking, the getting the picks. They're all spread out, trying to get their own piece of the map.
Yeah, they're all looking for those opportunities, all those little splats that they can get. But it is going to be the Sea Squirts with the first 2 down, giving Frostburn the opportunity to push that tower forward, and they're going to try to sustain that with the. Looks like the Ink Strikes and the Ink Zuka coming out, and it seems to be doing well for them because they are on their first checkpoint and have a lot of the Sea Squirts pushed up onto their plat right now.
Looks like Frostburn able to get that first checkpoint. They are trying to push for the next one, trying to hold back the Sea Squirts from getting these picks. Looks like Frostburn is trying to fall back a little bit here, trying to stay alive. Looks like one goes down on the side of Sea Squirts, though, and another goes down on Frostburn. It's just a lot of trading here, trying to get this tower forward.
I was impressed that Marvelous, the edit player, was able to survive the Zuka on their tower, because that's going to allow them to just keep going forward. Even with the strikes coming out to knock them off tower, like they are already on the second checkpoint again, and really just pushing the Sea Squirts back. Like, they are down to just the pencil here, and Frostburn is pushed so far up right now.
Ooh, Frostburn got that second checkpoint. Now they're trying to push to the third, trying to get some picks here. Those tri-strikes do go out, but it doesn't look like they do too much. The tower is now going backwards. Frostburn is pushed back out of mid by Sea Squirts here.
Yeah, they were able to get the 3 down off of the Frostburn and keep them from getting to that third checkpoint, so they have a little bit of a buffer before the knockup. But dang, 19 points in the first push. Like, they still have 2 minutes left. They have a bit of time, but on this map, it is so hard to get past that second checkpoint alone just because of the defensive pressure on there. And so the fact that Frostburn was able to get it in the first go really sets the bar high for the Sea Squirts.
Frostburn was able to get 3 members down on the side of Sea Squirts, with the last one having to jump out. Now they're making their push again, while Sea Squirts are trying to get some picks here. They're trying to push. They're trying to get these picks. 2 do go down on the side of Frostburn. 3 go down on the side of Frostburn. Looks like they are being pushed out of mid here. The Sea Squirts able to establish a hold of mid, at least for now.
Yeah, I saw the blaster. They saw they were the last one up, but they jumped out. They got the heck out of dodge, and so it is going to be Frostburn regrouping here. Several specials on the line, including the Weight Breaker and that Zuka, but they're going to have to watch out for the tri-strikes coming out. Like, so far, Squirts have not gotten that first checkpoint just yet, and they have a Zuka bearing down on them, so they're gonna have to watch out. But it does claim one, and they're gonna try
Zuka fight.
It is a Zuka fight and a trade at that, and still, Squirts have not gotten that first checkpoint yet.
Ooh, Frostburn just able to hold them out there. They have a good position here. They're all, just trying to keep the Squirts from going anywhere forward. There's no picks yet. Oh, one does go down on Frostburn. Maybe Squirts can take advantage of that, trying to push the tower. It's so hard to hold the tower, though, when Frostburn is right there in front of him.
Ooh, a nice pick for the shot. 3 members down, just the bucket remaining. Ooh, if they can get this splat right here, that's going to be so crucial for them, because that means the ink strikes are going to be out of commission for that GG strikes. But they're trying. Squirts are trying so close to getting the first checkpoint. Strikes are going to be coming out of their own, and they will be pushing past. But they're down to 30 seconds. They don't have much time left to get this.
They do have all their members up right now, trying to get this tower to go a little bit more forward. But Frostburn is just, they have so much at their disposal. They're getting those ink strikes out. They're pushing Squirts back in the mid.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a reset for the Squirts, and they already have lost their damper player right there. They get a nice pick with the Zuka, taking out the other shot, and they have Cooler online, but they are down to 10 seconds, and the Stamper just is not having any luck, goes down to a rogue bomb, and they are once again 2 members down, 3 members down, and they are going to be giving the first match to Frostburn.
Wow, Squirts really trying to get that tower to keep going there, but Frostburn was just all on top of them. There were 3 people aiming at that tower. There was just no way Squirts were going to get that one forward.
Nah, it's like they were already fighting an uphill battle, and then with time running out for them, it's like, yeah, the pressure and the defense was just too strong.
Fist bump there. Let's go.
Love to see the fist bump.
Looks like the next match mode is going to be Splat Zones on Barnacle and Dime. Imad, how do you feel about this map mode?
Ooh, I feel like compared to the last one for tower control, is like you have that one chokehold around where the snipe area is, so like you'll see the pencil and a lot of the longer range weapons set up there for when they're holding defense, but it is less about like the momentum. Like Tower Hagglefish, you really want that momentum. We saw that coming out from Frostburn, getting that down to that last checkpoint right on the get-go, but Zones, especially on Barnacle and Dime, is really about the retakes. How well are you able to break that defense? And like once again, because of the chokehold and the pencils that we saw running there, whichever team is trying to come back from spawn has to use a lot of the resources just to get out of spawn. And once they are, like, then they can start retaking that zone.
Definitely, I feel the same way. That map mode is, I feel like it's at equal points easy and hard to hold your spawn there because of that sort of height difference, that from the ground that the enemy can like use a slosher and get paint up over the ledge there, and from the right side you can have, you know, dualies crawling up really quickly and getting picks from up top there. So it's just it's an interesting map mode to get those retakes from.
I think, like, compared to Hagglefish, Hagglefish, they have like not a whole lot of room on their actual spawn platform. Like, you only have a little bit of space that is not accessible from the enemy on Hagglefish, but Zones, or I'm sorry, Barnacle and Dime, like, you have a little bit more space to work with. You have a little bit more safe area, I guess, to kind of regroup and build that special back up.
I just saw that Rice's little tag on the splash tag was the rice ball.
That's so perfect.
That's a good one.
Oh my goodness, this is a comp. The Squirts running triple Zuka alongside their pencil cooler.
Oh my goodness.
This is like back to the triple crab days. Actually, no, I think triple Zuka was its own meta for a while.
Oh, definitely. I remember a few teams running that and doing really successful with it, actually. So let's see if the Squirts are going to be able to do that with their triple Zuka comp.
And I guess once again, Frostburn, the victors of the last match, they haven't changed up their comp at all. It doesn't look like they have maybe a 52 edition here, but so far they kept the blaster in the bucket alongside that edit there, but they're doing a good job of holding it well. Right as I say that, a bomb takes their edit, but they're doing a good job of holding space right now. They lost a couple of members there. I think the Squirts are going to be able to cap this, but like I haven't seen too many Zukas, even though we are seeing 3 weapons with Zuka for the side of Squirts.
Looks like the Squirts have a good hold of mid here. The pencil up on the right, getting more paint down, stopping Frostburn from getting it more forward. But all 4 members of Frostburn are ready to go. They are painting up. They are getting their specials. That's 3 specials ready on the side of Frostburn. Now that Killer Whale goes out, looks like they're trying to push a little bit more forward.
Right now, it looks like, well, the Squirts are doing a good job of holding this right now. They were pushed a little bit back to zone, like they weren't quite as far forward, but it seems to be working out for them. They got 2 members of the Frostburn down, and they have several of their own specials online to hold us, and they are well within the lead here. Like, just a couple more seconds, like, and they could totally take this KO.
Looks like they are in a really good position to get this KO, as the clock keeps ticking down from 5 to... Oh, it stops at 2 though! Frostburn is right here in mid trying to paint it so frantically, trying to get it to flip in their favor, but Squirts are still right there. They're painting just as hard.
Oh, it's just 2 points they need, and they do get the 2 points that they needed there. I was starting to get worried for the Squirts when those strikes came out, because like the Frostburn was trying to get them to move. They were trying to displace them, but then like they held strong. Like they kept the paint going, and not only did they kept the paint going, like they were able to stay alive pretty much. And like once that paint flow stopped from the side of Frostburn, it just like it was an instant KO for them.
Oh my gosh, that was such a frantic last push. Frostburn had almost turned it in their favor too. They were really just holding and painting the zone so well. Just that the Squirts were just able to outpaint them, I guess. It just so much went on in those last few seconds. It's amazing.
I said at the beginning of this match that zones, especially for Barnacle Time, was less momentum based and more about the retake, but it was a bit of both that round. Like once
Definitely
the Squirts retook the zone, they held it for quite a long time. They kept a really good momentum going for their favor, and that didn't allow Frostburn to have that retake opportunity. They didn't let them gain any ground, except for that last second, those last 2 points. They almost brought that back, but just they held strong for when they needed to.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting how the Squirts didn't necessarily push all the way up to the enemy spawn. They really just held mid, and that's all they had to do. As long as they were able to keep Frostburn from getting anywhere close to mid, they were able to get that clock to go all the way down to 0.
Yeah, I was starting to get a little worried because, like, we did see, they had the pencil and then they had the triple shot, but like none of them really were holding the snipe area for the side of Frostburn. Like they were, as you said, they were all grouped up in mid. They were all grouped up around the zone. Like that worked out for them, but they risked giving up a lot of that kind of space to Frostburn by how far back they were holding. Like they might have had some space to push up a little bit further and just keep them away from the zone, but. Like I can't contest what they did because it worked out great for them.
I was really impressed with all the different pencil positions I saw from the Squirts. Just like they were aggressive, but they were held back enough that they were just able to maintain their own zone. And in splat zones especially, that's kind of all you really have to do. You don't have to necessarily push all the way up to the enemy spawn. You can just hold space.
And maybe that was the play right there. Like the pencil was able to take up some unorthodox positions. So like everyone expects the defending team to go to snipe, but the pencil didn't do that. So they didn't get picked off by the the blaster or the bucket if they might have had if they did.
Ooh, I'm kind of what's the word? Intrigued by the fact the Squirts didn't run the triple Zuka comp again, but I see the vision. I see where they're going with the soda and the ballpoint. I see what they're trying to do here. Just trying to keep Frostburn back with, being able to respawn all the time, to keep them back with this Ink Zuka to get these picks. Like I see it. I see what they're doing.
Ooh, and it is working out well for them. That is going to be 2 members of Frostburn down, and they are setting up rather well to take this first checkpoint. They just got to watch out for the array of bombs getting thrown at them, but a nice pick from Rice on the Rainmaker, and it's going to be... Frostburn is going to have to throw out the strike just to try to keep them out, but we're in a bit of a stalemate with Squirts slowly winning.
Yeah, it looks like Frostburn is really trying to throw everything they have at the Sea Squirts. All these bombs, all these blaster shots using the wave breaker there. And they are able to move the Sea Squirts out back into mid. They are trying to establish some space here, getting some picks, getting the Rainmaker back in their possession. Oh, they are pushing the enemy ramp here. Let's see if they can get some picks to keep this push going.
That is the counterplay from the Frostburn right now. Once again, the strikes coming out, try to create space, but is the Sea Squirts, like they were going for the Rainmaker there, the shot goes down, but like they are not letting them even get to the ramp position just yet, but that is slowly changing. 2 members of the Sea Squirts go down, and that blaster set up on the pedestal is a danger. Oh!
Ooh!
I was gonna say this is gonna be dangerous
shot.
with the blaster there, but the shot from the Zuka very well placed.
Wow, looks like Gabe here trying to get some more picks with this machine. They're trying to push Frostburn out back to the ramp, and with this Inkjet too, trying to get some picks here off the other team, but it doesn't look like they're able to get very much.
Yeah, they got it down to 96, not even close to the checkpoint. It is like Sea Squirts, they're once again on the warpath. They have so much max. Look at the amount of pain they got going on right now. Like, and they're like just inching their way into the base here with all the like the Zuka and the Rainmaker shots coming out. Like Frostburn is kind of stuck right now until they can build up their specials of their own, but they are not going to get a chance to. 3 members down, possibly 4. No, the edit is holding on, and they're going to be alive long enough to stop the Rainmaker.
Yeah, Rice able to push the Rainmaker till 30. Now Frostburn has a turn to get back into mid, to reestablish some space, to be aggressive, to try and get more points, but looks like Sea Squirts are kind of everywhere right now. They're pushing forward, they're being aggressive.
Yeah, they did go 3 members down, but you saw the amount of blue that was still on the map when Frostburn went to retake mid, and they're going to be going for that checkpoint, but the Inkjet is going to be trying to stop them. Oh, I thought for sure that was going to get them. They are surviving long enough, but not for long.
Yes, looks like the Sea Squirts have 4 up now to Frostburn's 2. They're able to take back this Rainmaker, get a pop maybe? Or they'll just leave it there, that's fine too. They're getting some picks here on the left side. Rice against this. Oh, no, it's a trade against Yoshid.
At this point, Sea Squirts with such a lead like that is like, they don't have to go for the instant pop and grab kind of thing. Well, maybe if it was sitting right there, I would have picked it up and grabbed it. But like, they're definitely trying to go for the safer play, try to gain more space before they push that Rainmaker forward, just because they have such a long way to go to even get more points on. They don't want to like waste a push just trying to get back to where they were.
Frostburn trying really hard now to get some picks before they push forward, but being where they are kind of lower than Sea Squirts, it's really difficult to get any picks. But as I say that, they do get 2 down on the side of Sea Squirts. Frostburn able to get this first checkpoint. Now they're able to push up forward a little bit more, trying to build some momentum here. They don't have any specials. They do just have the Rainmaker, but they're able to get a few more picks here to keep this push alive.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the Sea Squirts. That is going to be the lead swap right there. Like, there was no specials needed for that. Just slowly, the Frostburn was winning their 1v1s to the point where like the Sea Squirts didn't have enough pressure to keep them out, and now that's going to be the lead flip with only 30 seconds remaining, and like there wasn't even a wipeout. Even it was just enough to stop the Rainmaker, and they're still going to be putting in a lot of pressure from the Sea Squirts base. And look at the amount of yellow that's in the mid right now.
Wow.
Like, that's a whole lot of space they got to retake.
Yeah, this completely flipped on us. The Sea Squirts had such a good hold for the first 4 minutes, and it was just that last minute that Frostburn were able to coordinate to get all together to push up as far as they did. And even now, it looks like kind of a stalemate in mid, both teams pushing, but Frostburn still has more paint on the ground. And it looks like they were able to hold this lead until the clock struck 0. So this one goes to Frostburn, with them getting the match point.
Oh, absolutely. Like, that was such a clutch play from Frostburn right at the end there. I was like, it was right on the edge of our seats. Like, it was tight. Like, because of the lack of specials, like there wasn't one deciding, play right there. It was just kind of like inch by inch they were pushing the way forward. And the Sea Squirts, I wonder if like they were just kind of panicking a little bit because they were very staggered right in there. They are always going 1 or 2 down that just couldn't stop the Rainmaker.
I'm just impressed at how long the Sea Squirts were able to hold it. They had that lead for the first 4 minutes, like I said, and then
Mm-hmm.
Frostburn were able to turn it in their favor so quickly. They grouped up, they got the specials together, they were able to hold. And when they were past the checkpoint, they didn't even have specials. They were just able to paint up enough to just keep their own hold on the space there.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like comparing that to the last two matches, Tower Control is very momentum based, but I feel like Rainmaker goes more to that zones match where it's all about less about the momentum, more about the retake. How are you able to take the objective and retake the objective? And right now in that last push, even though the C Squares did a good job of keeping Frostburn from retaking it, they weren't able to do the retake themselves when they needed to.
Exactly. Just I guess Sea Squirts were just trying to hold on there by their own aggression, that they were trying to get those picks and just let that be good enough to hold their lead, but they really needed a solid defense at the end there, and they just weren't able to keep it.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate, but it was a pretty close match.
Oh, definitely.
It's
For
hard when
four
it's
minutes they had the lead. For
for
four whole
4 minutes,
minutes.
4 whole minutes, and it was taken back in the last second there.
Hmm. Sometimes matches are like that, though. Sometimes it's that last minute that really counts, and Frostburn was able to make it count.
What is this, turf war?
Yeah, that's right. This is the turf war rules.
Let's take a look at that bracket there because this is going to be round two, and I think a lot of the teams are finishing up their last match because we did it. Playing all three means that a lot of the teams are on kind of the same time frame. Still
Mhm.
waiting on a couple of teams to finish up though, but still you're looking at a lot of 3-0s here. Like we still see several 2-1s, but well, actually no, I take that back. We're seeing more 2-1s here in the second round than we did in the first round.
Mm. Closer matches, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is kind of the nature of Swiss. Like, you have your group, you have your pool, and there will be some matchups that are a little bit more uneven than others. But it is really nice. We can get some pretty close matches, like we just saw here.
Hmm. Goodness, so many good team names. I want to see all of them, but it's not possible.
Oh man, but yeah. Anything else to say to the good people before we go to another break six?
Donate.
Yes.
Donate
Once
for
again,
Gamers Outreach.
donate to this outreach. This is a charity tournament, HP for Heroes. Donate to get some more go-karts going.
Exactly. We want more children to have these great experiences when they're trying to heal in the hospital. Like having something like their favorite game system for their friends and family to play with them while they're trying to heal up is just it's so nice. I That's so great that they're doing this for children. Gamers Outreach is such a wonderful organization, and I recommend you all look into it because this is just one of the many wonderful things that they do for communities, for people. And I'm glad that you and me, IMAD, we get to be a part of it, and you all watching get to be a part of it. Isn't that
Yeah,
magical? I think it's magical.
absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. But
Yeah.
yeah, with that, we will be going to a short break, so stay tuned and stay hydrated. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to HP for Heroes, hosted by Dapple Productions and Inkling Performance Labs. Once again, it is I, Matt Gamer II, joined by the lovely Miss Pixie6.
Hello, everyone.
We are now in round 3, A2 versus Inked. And we are just getting the lobby set up now.
Gotcha.
I don't know if these are established teams, but I do recognize quite a bit of players on the side of Inked. Is it Deceased and Batson, as we can see, are at least former teammates as they have their tag still.
I feel like I've seen Inked as an established team, or at least this pickup is played in other tournaments with this name.
Yes.
I've not heard of A2 though. Maybe they are from Europe? That would be cool.
That would be cool. I don't know if that's just like very it's like, all right, here is a very cut and dry name. We're gonna be A2 because A1 was taken, or if that's like a reference to something.
I'm not sure. Well, A1 is like the steak sauce, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's just the second one of that. The second
calamari
steak sauce. The calamari sauce, exactly. What you put on your fish.
Now I'm hungry for sushi. What the heck?
Well, let's go eat sushi.
Yes. I like this plan.
All right, we have plans for after this tournament. But you guys should not use your money for sushi and instead donate to this wonderful charity stream for HP for Heroes. What they are doing is working with Gamers Outreach, and Gamers Outreach is making more go-karts with these funds. And go-karts are these in hospital kiosks where patients can play video games together. So if you're sick or hurt and you're in the hospital, expect to see like one of these go-karts and have a nicer time in the hospital than you otherwise would have.
It's like the complete gaming package, console, controllers, games, like everything you need to have a good time and pass the time while you're just lying around. But
Exactly. Seeing the pencil on the side of I already forgot what it's called. Inked. That's right.
Inked.
Pencil on the side of Inked. No pencil on the side of A2 though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they have the zap for their cooler. However, they're running for like a double midline comp rather than a backline with the Rapid Deco and the Vanilla Squeezer. Yeah, it's a squeezer right there. So for Inkjet and Inkzuka.
I'm also liking the Nautilus pick on the side of Inked. You don't see a lot of that.
Yes, I do know that Deceased is like a Nautilus main. They did a lot of Nautilus back in 2 with the Inkjet kit.
Well, I'm glad that they found a Nautilus that they like in Splatoon 3. I feel like a lot of people have not taken to the Nautilus because of its kits. But if that's the weapon you like and you can make it work, more power to you.
It's like you either change mains or you cope with what you got.
Exactly.
But speaking of coping, Inked went 3 down there in their attempt to push the plat. A2 is going to be returning the favor and pushing on to their own plat. But once again, for a clams match, there was not a whole lot of clams in play right now. We do have the first power clam for A2 collected, but they're going 2 down. Inkjet getting taken down, and the rest of them are going to have to back up to mid, it seems.
Very funny to watch these 2 power clams scuttle back to mid and have to regroup to do their push. Looks like Inked is on the enemy plat now. They don't have a power clam yet, but they do have a lot of clams in their possession.
Once again, just trying to force something to happen there. Not really any specials to back it up, and it is going to be the Ink Strikes taking down 2 members of Inked. But A2 lost 2 of their own members, so they do have the power clam in the clams, but not really the manpower to take base back.
Ink's setting up really well here across their plat, trying to get space again against A2. A2 does have one down on the side of Inked. Oh, but it looks like they're still trying to just get some trades here. Looks like a lot is going on in mid right now.
Ooh, a nice pick from the range blaster and getting an assist right there. So it's just the squeezer remaining, but that's quite a bit of defense with that wall and that Zuka on hand. They're going to be trying to return with their own Zuka to try to break through, but enough of members of A2 have respawned that they're able to hold this, and so it's kind of another stalemate. But ooh, Dragon Soul able to get in. They do break the basket and get 2 power comes in at that.
Wow, Batson trying to hold here with this blaster, trying to get some more picks, and they do. They did have one more clam to throw in, trying to keep this basket open a little bit longer. A2 does have 2 down, trying to reestablish the hold on their own plat, but Inked is still able to get some picks here.
A nice pick from the Rapid right there, and that is going to be the end of that push for Inked. A2 able to regroup and push him off flat, but still. I feel like I say this a lot, but like 54 is not a bad push for a first push. And I know especially for clans on Museum here, it can get pretty stalemated because of how difficult it is to push the enemy clan. Like we saw both teams attempt it several times, that it took a bit for Ink to even get there to begin with, but like it takes a lot to break through, and if like this could be a winning push right there.
Three go down on the side of Inks. A2 in a good position to push up here with Navy here, getting some picks, getting some clams. They are trying to throw it up for their other teammates, trying to build a power. They do have one in their possession, but it looks like they don't have control of this plat anymore. They do have a soda on their side. Maybe they can keep holding now.
Well, with just in pencil remaining, like this is exactly the opportunity they want. The pencil does go down. They get more clams in. Ooh, no, that is gonna be the lead swapped right there. They heard me and said, no, we are not happy with that being the winning push. We're gonna up you one to 38 here, and they still have quite a bit of presence on the plat. They're gonna get a couple more clams in, bring it down to 32, but no more in their possession. This could be the closing of the basket right here, and they are gonna be pushed out.
All right, it is now in Ink's favor. They have control of their plat again. They are trying to get some clams here. They do have one down, but there are only two up on the side of A2 right now as one jumps back into mid. They are trying to establish a hold here in this right corner, but one goes down. The power clam is on the ground now. Inks has to reestablish this control of their side.
I feel like to see some of that Nautilus there. With the combination of the Rabbit and that Squeezer, like they have enough range to contest the Nautilus, and they have some of the chip damage in the wall to really just push it out when it wants to move places. So Inked had a really good push early on, but now we're down to 20 seconds left. They have 4 clams to their name, and A2 they were all 4 members up, and they have a Zuka online.
Ooh. That's 2 down on the side of Inks. Now A2 is ready to try and get this power clam here. They're trying to push up. Oh, it's a wipeout on the side of Inks. Now A2 in a good position to get this power clam in, but they are being held back. They do get the power clam in. They do make the score, and they get this match point. Sorry, this match. Match 1 out of 3.
Now that was a good play by the Squeezer right there. They saw, like, it was a bit of a riskier play, but with the splash wall in their pocket, like, they saw that they were getting close to end. They didn't want to risk them making anything happen in overtime, so they just went ahead and ended the game right there.
Oh, goodness. I feel like it was so close. It really was. Just a lot of back and forth. There was no real established, like, one team didn't have a hold over the other one. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of trading picks, a lot of loss of clam control actually from both sides. But wow, this is a really good match.
Yeah, it seemed like every time one of the teams would make a play, they would get up onto the plat. They would either have specials or they wouldn't, but either way, they would go down at least 2 more members. And as you point out, just see the little power clam scuttle back to mid, trying to regroup. It's just like it went back and forth so many times because it is difficult to get past that first spinner to the basket unless you have like a lot of specials lined up to just coordinate that momentum.
I feel like holding that plat is so hard, and especially when you've got this big like arrow on your head holding that power clam, it's just so easy for the enemy to push you back, to push you off.
Exactly. I feel like this Zone's Umami, or not Umami, Mahi Mahi is going to be the next one.
Ooh.
That definitely plays a whole lot different, but has some similar characteristics. It has like the dual game states. Once you get to that 50-point mark for the zone, like you see all the water dip down. It's like that creates a whole lot of ledges, and it makes it more difficult. Even though you have more space to work with, it makes it more difficult to get back into mid to contest the zone. So it does require a lot of special coordination to break out once you're put on the defense.
Definitely. I feel like that's a big, I guess, problem you would say that Mahi has, that you do have to have that sort of coordination, all those specials to really even get just back in the mid. And I feel like a lot of people don't like it because of that, but I love Mahi. What's to hate about Mahi? Look at it. It's so happy. You're in the water. It's got beachy vibes with the palm trees. Like that's a happy place to go.
Oh, absolutely. You were one of the original like Mahi lovers before the changes to it, and I feel like a lot more people have seen the light, come over to see. Okay, Mahi's not too bad after the rework they did for it.
Yeah, they needed the rework first. I was an OG lover of Mahi. I wear that badge proudly.
Not too many changes from either team, really. Sticking to their guns right here, quite literally. And we're going to be seeing who's going to get the first zone cap. Who's going to get the first wipeout, honestly, because that's going to be kind of like setting the tone. We're seeing a bit of a trade right there. Rapid the range and the squeezer go down, and now they're just going to be painting zone.
I noticed that A2 had rushed to mid there. They really just wanted to get that zone covered early. They did suffer for it. One of their players did go down right away, but that aggressive push is so key for splat zones to get that lead there.
We did the Nautilus pop the rain right there. Laser going to be coming out from A2 here, but not really going to be getting a whole lot of value out of it. Still a lot of ink from Inked in mid right now. Ooh, bouncing on the range blaster right where you want it to be. Just right underneath that ledge, but now we're going to be seeing with the Nautilus 3 members down, this is going to be this, well, I was going to say it's going to be the zone flip with Dragon Soul on the shot, still putting on a bit of pressure, keeping them occupied, trying to make something happen with Azuka, but they are going to be finally taken down.
Oh goodness, a lot of trading back and forth. It's going so quick here in mid, trying to get this hold here. Though it is painted by A2 right now, it does go to neutral with Batson blasting some blaster shots over on the left. Looks like it's able to get painted back in A2's favor. They are just sort of buzzing around the zone here, trying to keep their zone painted, but they're just not able to against Inked as they start pushing up on the right.
Yeah, I missed when we get the transition, but we are in the second game state with the water lowered, so now there's a lot more ledges for that blaster to work with, a lot more ground that for Ink to cover here. We do see the range go down, but they're still kind of holding strong here. A lot of paint on the ground, both the pens are going down. That is really going to put a this is going to hinder the defense quite a bit. And so with just the range blaster remaining, they try to jump but don't get to, so that's going to be a delayed wipe.
Ooh, good hold by A2 here. They did get the zone, and now they got like a delayed wipe there. Now they're trying to hold this right zone here, this right area here, but looks like they're having a little bit of trouble. One does go down. It's one down on each side of the team. Batson here with the blaster trying to get some more picks.
Getting close to that lead, swapping once again. A2 holding it rather strongly. 2 points. That is going to be the lead swap by 1. Inked is going to be contesting the zone, but it is a 2v2 situation, and still A2 has control of the zone, getting down to 35, still ticking away. Inked has to go in and retake the lead. You eventually do that, but it's still quite a bit of a lead taken back, not just the 1 or 2 points, and they lost their range in the process, so they have that player disadvantage here, and it's going to flip right back into A2's favor.
Oh no, 2 go down on the side of Inked. Looks like A2 is in a good position to push up here on the right. They're just trying to hold against this Nautilus here. Deceased able to get a pick. They're trying to paint, they're trying to get these picks here, even though where's the rest of their team? It's over here on the right. They're able to paint it in their favor, able to get this timer penalty to start ticking down, but it's really hard to hold against A2 here.
A2 had Inked on the ropes for a bit there. It looked like Inked had kind of misstepped, lost a bit of their footing, but now they are back in the same position we saw at the beginning of the game. They're already through their penalty points. They can take back this lead, but their pencil goes down. Strikes are going to be going out. This zone may flip right here, but the shot is the last one remaining, and they are not enough to hold the zone.
They tried that last second Zuko shot there, trying to get some picks, trying to stop A2 from getting the pick on them, but they just was not quick enough. Now Inked has to rebuild some specials, has to get another push back in the mid. One is down on the side of A2, so Inked has this opportunity to try to push back in the mid.
The Zuka comes out again, doesn't take anybody down, and the strikes are going to be returned from A2, and they lose their blaster and the pencil, and that's not what they want to see right here because they are out of penalty points for the side A2, but they do get a nice pick there, and possibly enough paint to cap the zone. No, it is still in A2's favor, and they are good and close to that knockout.
Goodness, they are really painting up on the right here, trying to stop Inked from getting down off of their plats. Batson making his way to mid, trying to get some picks here, trying to stop A2 from keeping this painted. Oh, it's such a scuffle in mid right now, trying to keep it, but no, it is in A2's favor, and they get this match.
The zone there, going into neutral, that gave a slimmer of a chance for Inked right there. If the xeniths had been able to stay alive for like another second or two when that rain popped, they could have possibly retaken the zone on their own. But unfortunately, with them going down, she's like that was just the nail in the coffin that put A2 the victory at that second match, and they will be taking the set with that second victory.
Exactly. Oh, that Nautilus just stayed alive a little bit longer. But goodness, A2 is just a really great opponent. They're just able to really retake after, after Inked was able to push them so far. Just like so much trading back and forth. It got so scrappy. There were so many different kinds of skirmishing going on, but yeah, A2. They're just so good.
Yeah, it's like, in that last one, we saw Inked get the early lead in the Clan Blitz, but then during the last bit of that museum match, it was A2 with the stronger plays. Like they were able to get in and held the basket for like quite a long time and just really kept Inked from getting any space after that. But Inked felt a lot stronger in that zones match. I felt like especially for the first, couple of the first 3 minutes there, they had that lead there and they had a lot of pressure and just so much space for the majority of them. Then they A2 able to retake when they did, and then able to just kind of do it or like put the flow of the game so that they always stayed in that lead, even though they lost the zone several times to Inked. It was just enough for the fact that, or just enough so they're able to get back and retake it.
Yeah, I feel like Inked realized kind of what they were up against. They knew how aggressive they had to be to kind of get their shot at getting this match. But I think that A2 also recognized that Inked knew what their weaknesses were, that they knew how to exploit them, and they kind of played to not have that be a thing. They had just stronger defenses there. They made sure that they didn't go down.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see how this next one goes, because it feels like both the zones in the clans match were just by nature are give and take. But tower control, especially for Inkblot, if you're able to build up that steam, able to get that momentum going, you get a lot of points. But it's all about trying to break that momentum when you're on the defense and just flip it around so you have it in your side.
Looks like it's going pretty well for both teams here, both able to paint their side pretty well. Looks like Inked is trying to push up a little bit. They've got a little bit more paint on the ground, while A2 is mostly still back on their plat. Here we see the Slusher, the machine getting some paint on the ground here, trying to threaten Inked, trying to get them to go back to their plat. Looks like the A2 does take the tower here. They have it pushed up a little bit. I don't see where the Inked members are, though. It looks like they're pushed back so far.
That was quite an impressive play by A2 right there. Not only they got almost a delayed wipe, they had them pretty staggered, and then they didn't lose any of their members until they got past this checkpoint right here, until they started pushing deep into their base. So it was that is definitely the kind of opening you want. But good on Inked to be able to respond and be able to keep them from getting too far from it. They already have lost 2 of their members, and they have not been able to retake mid yet.
Yes, it looks like A2 really established their hold of this left side. Inked having trouble even getting off of their plat here. They do get some picks. They got 2 down on the side of A2. Inked now trying to push up from this right side. They are trying to get some picks here, trying to dodge this Zuka, trying to get around this stack and get some more picks.
Once again, it's just the pencil remaining, kind of like a... They were unsuccessful in retaking mid there. They had several members of A2 grouped up in that corner, but just weren't quite able to take them out. And they have the specials in line. They're not going to allow A2 to get much farther than that, but they're struggling just to kind of gain ground in mid, able to make something happen of their own.
Exactly. Oh goodness, Inked is in a good position here. They're all together. They're getting paint on the ground. They're getting a pick. One does go down on their side, though. It looks like they're trying to not have this be a trade, but looks like one goes down on Inked. 2 are down. 3 are down on the side of Inked with this Trizuka here. Now A2 able to retake this tower.
We saw the team play there. We saw the Nautilus and the the dualies trying to take down that lone player from A2 in that corner, but then once they won the 1v1 and then they had another player come in, just they lost that kind of engagement right there, and the Zuka just completely sealed that in their favor.
I was worried about Dragon Soul that they were gonna roll right off the map, but they, they didn't. They got that trade still. Looks like Inked is now trying to get control of tower, trying to push up here with Deceased on the enemy plat, trying to get this hold going. But it looks like they're still not pushed up very well. It looks like the A2 is able to kind of scare them off the plat.
I think they were regrouping there. They wanted the pencil on that block there. They wanted the Nautilus kind of holding the tower for that checkpoint there, but it didn't quite go in their favor. They had the cooler out. They just fell down to the Zuka shots going right there. We saw the pencil go down, and they weren't able to get the checkpoint, but they're still holding on to this kind of momentum they got here. They got 2 members of A2 down, but now the shot here just going off, taking down the Cease on the Nautilus and trying to find Dragon Soul is like they are scrambling to regroup and retake their tower push.
I was amazed by Kaishi over here on the side of A2. Two had gone down on their team, but they were still able to hold that right side against Inks, and Inks was not able to get the pick on them.
I'm just realizing, yeah, they have those vanilla duelists, but have we seen any crabs coming out from Inked?
You know what? I don't think we have.
Like, that is on Inkblood is such a strong player here because you can set it up on the stacks, but instead we might be seeing it here on the bats. Nope, Ink just says no.
Yeah, A2 just has such a strong defense that Ink is not able to get this tower to move any farther up.
That being said, though, A2 didn't push it to the next checkpoint. Like, they were just a couple points away, and it's just... Ooh. Oh, well, no, I take that back. Inked was the last one with 1 player remaining, and they were unsuccessful in getting those last couple points they needed. If A2 was able to get it to that second checkpoint, that could just solidify the lead a bit further. But with 30 seconds remaining and where they're positioned right now, it's going to be tough for Inked to get back in.
Looks like both teams are trading a little bit back and forth. Members are going down on the side of Inked, though. That's 3 down on the side of Inked. A2 got the wipeout, able to push this plat now, able to paint up a little bit, establish their hold, probably get a few more points here. We're seeing it tick up, trying to get to the next checkpoint.
We saw the bucket there. They have their strikes on hand. They just backed up there. They're waiting for the opportunity for Ink to get onto the tower. And well, I was gonna say they're gonna wait and do exactly that, throw the strikes on the tower and call it a day. But like the Blaster just went and said, "No, I got this," and cleaned up.
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't even need the strikes at that point. They were able to just get those picks, and that's all that they needed. They're so strong offensively. They're just able to get those picks so well that they don't even need to rely on specials.
No, exactly. And I felt like that game was really back and forth in the beginning. Like, Inked had some good plays starting now, but then as the game progressed, especially in the last minute, just Inked was... They were struggling. They seemed a bit staggered, and like the way that A2 was setting themselves up, like they were winning a lot more of those engagements than Inked would have liked, I think.
Exactly. Well, congratulations to A2. You win this set, and good luck in the rest of the tournament. They were so good. I love watching a good team like that. So coordinated, so fearsome.
Yeah, those are some excellent matches to watch. And we do have this tournament has about 6 rounds of pools or 6 rounds of Swiss. So we're halfway through our Swiss rounds. But sadly, that does mean we are going to be transitioning commentators. So although you'll see a lot more Splatoon action, in fact, let's take a look at the bracket right now, see where everyone's standing.
Oh, I feel like there's a lot more 3-0s this time.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot more decisive victories.
A lot of decisive victories. We see Waffle there taking a 3-0 over Prospect Mira. We saw them in the first round. Ooh, yeah, just some really decisive wins here for a lot of teams. I'm just trying to scan here. I'm trying to see some of the teams that we've seen play so far, but yeah,
I see Waffle. Waffle did well, I think.
Yeah, I did see Waffle got the 3-0. I wonder how I'm blanking on the name, but yeah, there's a lot of Squirts. Let's go. VR at McDonald's. That's awesome.
It's a good team name.
Yeah, this is the halfway point for our Swiss pools, and it's some fierce competition out here. But we are going to be transitioning over to a break, and we're going to be signing off and introducing our next set of commentators. So before we do sign off, Six, where can the good people find you?
Don't find me. Do not perceive me.
You can't find me. I am hidden.
What about you, iMad? Where can the good people find you?
You can find me in all the usual places: Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at iMadGamerII. It's been fantastic getting the opportunity to commentate for Dapple Productions. I do a lot of commentating for IPL, especially for the Wednesday evenings and weekends too sometimes. But this has been a fantastic tournament. And once again, if you have the opportunity, please do donate.
Don't forget, this is for charity after all. We are raising money for Gamers Outreach so they can provide hospitals with go-karts, which is video games for children who are in the hospital for whatever reason. Just do it for the children! Do it for the children!
And also, a shout out to Brownie, our streamer. Just all our production putting this on. Fantastic. But for now, stay tuned and stay hydrated, and we'll be right back.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to HP for Heroes. Some new commentators this time around. I'm, of course, NM, here joined with Genie to the side of me as we're now getting back into the HP for Heroes charity stream this tournament. Honestly, I've been very excited. I watched the video about Gamers Outreach a little bit ago, and honestly, Genie, it honestly got me a little teary-eyed just seeing what these people are doing for the community. It's
Honestly,
beautiful.
I couldn't agree more. It's what they have done for quite a few years now, and what they do for people, and how much it truly helps people. It's honestly it's amazing, and I'm so glad that they reached out to the Splatoon community and got both Dapple and IPL. Make sure to have both streams up. We're streaming all different matches. Don't just have one up, have both up. We got things going on at the same time. To unite both organizations to come together for this great event and this great organization.
Yeah, honestly, it's just really beautiful, and just anything you could do, anything you could donate, please do so. But let's get back into. Oh, I just looked at these rosters. We are getting into it. All right.
Oh, and they gifted us with the set. Okay, so for context here, everybody, these two teams that we have on our screen, these rosters are honestly. Oh, I want to say these are probably the two of the best teams here.
These are strong.
Since Jackpot backed out of the tournament, I want to say that these two teams we will see deep into tomorrow's alpha bracket.
Yeah, I'm like, look at these rosters. This is easily EU versus NA. I see a lot of like notable players like Anger. There was Knives there on Rotzlöffel. You know, even Yoshel and Phoenix, notable EU players. Meanwhile, on Poem Panic, you got Chara, you got Xenith, you got Gauss, you got Pelu, Synapse, a lot of notable NA. And of course, there's some crisscross here and there for that, like Storm Hero on the EU. And I forgot who I was going to say.
That's Pro Chara!
Oh, yeah, that's Pro Chara, dude. Pro Chara.
All you Chara fans out there, that is the Pro Chara.
Wait, so, we gotta talk about this comp. Double Expo Tetra.
This is what? Double Expo Tetra. Okay, thank you. I was going to say there's no way. Like the range blaster, that makes sense. That's a Chara weapon.
Yeah.
The double, I don't think I've seen double explode ever. So okay, good. We are gonna get a little bit of a lobby reset there. So making sure we got the right rooms up. But while we are talking about that one, and now let's talk about these three maps that we will be seeing all three of, which is awesome about this day one. We get a play all three of Rainmaker Undertow, Spot Zone Tacklefish, and Clam Blitz Capital. Clam Blitz Capital? No, Crab Leg Capital Clam Blitz.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah, no, a lot of really good maps that you even see in lands that people are using a considerable amount. I mean, Rainmaker, Undertow. I feel like a lot of Rainmaker maps, like Undertow, Scorch Gorge, Humpback, they're maps that nobody will play anywhere else. But for some reason, they're just really good on Rainmaker.
Yep.
Yeah,
Who's gonna play? Who wants to play Scorch Gorge on Tower Control or Zones besides me?
Maybe me.
Oh wow.
Only on Tower. Yeah, ever since we last commented, I've become a little bit of a Blaster fanatic more than Cooler.
Oh, so it's a Cooler to the side now.
Yeah, Cooler's kind of the side, so...
When we got Cooler, you were gassing up the Cooler before anybody ever even looked at it.
I know.
And it was document about it.
I made a 7.5-page document talking about its competitive, like, prowess, like, only when the game just launched. And it's funny, like, as it was starting to rise up, I was starting to like lose my enjoyment of the special. Very, very ironic, honestly. Maybe do a paper again talking about how it's evolved since November 2022. Mm-hmm. But I might link that on Twitter later. Like, yes, I did do that. I got like a solid. I think I got an A. That was for a college essay. I got an A for that in my class. So, yeah, that's really good. So that was fire.
Overall, it's like we can look at these teams. Both of them coming into it, they're both 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
There's only Rotzlöffel has only dropped one of their games. They're 8-1 coming into it, and Poem Panic they are 9-0 overall in their play all three. So like overall, that's looking good. And with how Swiss is, we have a lot of really good teams going up against each other in this round. This round, which is going to be starting right now for us, is going to be deciding a lot of the teams that are like almost solidified to be in day 2 on the alpha side, and which ones need to make sure that they don't troll in the latter half.
Yeah, and now that we're getting into the real comps here, we're starting to see what both teams are coming out here. Both of them with a shot in a Zap. I've seen Zap and like Try Nouveau had it more on like these maps that more value like short range, where Chargers aren't really the best on. And as we see, there's Tents, there's Sloshers, of course, solid mid-range option, you know, Pro Chara on the range, what else? And Synapse on the 52, as I know Synapse enjoys that weapon a lot too.
Oh, for sure. And just overall, we're gonna see what who can break open this faster with what Zukas. We're going to see a lot of members of Rotzlöffel going down. If Anger can get a spot here, that would be good. They run out of ink though before Pro Chara lands at direct. Xeniths is going to run in and get Storm Hero. This should be Foam Panic's a little bit of an opportunity to take it one side or the other. It's looking like a left side hit, which is normally where teams go to, and it's if Chara sees the X-ray that we have, they know that the side is pretty much free.
Yeah, no, the sides are pretty much free here. As they're gonna be trying to go on there here with Storm Hero just going straight for Chara. Chara's just in the corner, gonna get splatted by Storm Hero there before popping their cooler themselves. This means that Rotzlöffel is going to be having a perfect time to just start pushing back up into mid. Now with this cooler, you see the sloshing, you know, they're not gonna be caring about getting picked off with their tri-strike going away. They're gonna have it on respawn as they're now starting to get in now, but Phoenix is going to go down, and it's looking like even with the cooler, Foam Panic still has control of mid.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have that juice. They're ready to go, ready to fight again. They're gonna be able to find one here, and there's another one going down on the side. No, never mind. They stay alive due to Anger's shield. That was a really, honestly, just good 10 shield. It allows you to live a Zuka shot, which, originally we all thought that was really bad, but then as time went on, we realized that living one singular Zuka shot is actually really impactful. Oh my goodness, 3 have gone down. There's gonna be sign-ups opportunity to dunk this thing very easily. Phoenix, you can't fall here. And they do. They should open up at least a good opportunity to go uninkable, if not grading.
Yep, they're going to grading as they're just mowing through the competition. These tri-strikes are going to stop this push just a little bit. Enough for Chara to fall off of the grading here as they're just trying to stall out the members of Rotzlöffel. The cooler coming out, going to be providing it. And Chara's just going for the backside, but going to be picked off because of that. And most of the members of Foam Panic now are going to start to keep getting picked off. Storm Hero's popping this cooler. The members of Rotzlöffel are trying to get back into mid here, but another pick, another 2 picks onto them themselves. Foam Panic just coming back in immediately, even with this Zuka coming out from Anger. Chara and Pelu are trying to hunt for them, even with this 10 shield coming out. They're going in there. There's just constant scraps. Pelu going down themselves, and now Rotzlöffel are going back in. Chara's going down too, Genie. It's just a solid back and forth, but the real question is, can Rotzlöffel finally start to make a push and get into mid? No. And the Zuka is going to say no!
No, that's literally you answered your own question, and you asked a question, and the answer is Zuka. If the answer is Zuka, then Zuka will 9 times out of 10 win. It is just are they pushing this direction? Let me chuck this giant hitbox, which could take out the entire team in a second, right here, right now.
Yeah, and what's like more formidable about Zuka is like compared to Crab and Jet like yesteryears, Zuka just has so many more options that can fit into so many more roles. Like you see Tent, you see all the shots, you've seen Squeezers, and Chara.
You literally just named every single Zuka weapon that is viable, and you named 3 weapons, sir.
And I already know I'm forgetting like 1 or 2 too. That's how good Zuka is.
Yeah, it's just, we see all of them because Zuka is so strong. I just wish that there was more than 7 weapons.
True, yeah, I kind of
you forget the Zuka page is very long because 3 of them are shot.
Yeah, 3 of them are just splatter shot here. And we see Pelu from the backside getting Storm Hero and Anger living that most likely with that 10 shield, and they're still alive here getting Pelu down themselves, but they're going to be going down, and it's not looking good for Rotzlöffel. They have almost a minute left to try to make some lead happen here. They basically just got to get a little after checkpoint. But with all them going down back and forth like this, Phoenix trying to shark in here, getting a pick on Synapse, but so many of their members keep going down, and so much of this map is just in control of Foam Panic. It's not looking good for them, Genie.
No, this is going to be very difficult for them to find a way out, because they need, in my opinion, they can't be going into overtime needing this push, because at any moment, the double Zukas can end it, and that would be well, the most common way to end it. So they're going to try and find an opportunity on this left side. They lose 2, though. Again, Zukas, they're coming through. That's all we're going to talk about today, NM. That's literally how the flow chart is going of the current state of Splatoon 3. Do you have the Zukas online? Then you have the complete advantage.
Yeah. Something I'd like to point out, though, right before the end is actually Home Panic has less Zukas than Rotzlöffel is pulling out here, a 2-to-1 ratio. So even though they have less Zukas, they're using them more, more powerfully than Rotzlöffel is going here. But this is their last chance to try to get something here. 2 down on the side of Home Panic. They're trying to get in. It's just this athlete alive. Xenith is running back, but this Zuka is trying to chase him down, Genie. Trying to get the pick. It's the pick on Xenith. They're going towards this left side, but we're here. The Tri-Strike's coming in, trying to go in their favor. But can they get the picks? The Slosher's going to be going down. Storm Hero trying to go for it, but they get picked off. Killer Whale combo with the 52 is going to secure Home Panic's first game.
Wow. The Killer Whale, being able to get that, it was very, very lucky that the Killer Whale decided to move in that direction. I don't know if it was targeting the Rainmaker, because I know some of them were, but I don't know if the one that got the spot was. Because the one that was targeting the Rainmaker was moving left to right. So I think a teammate dragged that one in, unfortunately, at the end there. As we are going to see this replay of the first attempted push here. This moment here from Storm Hero, they ran out of ink, chuck a cooler down, somehow stay alive, and then go get cooler bugged. I thought that was phenomenal. Split second decision to refill the ink tank there.
Splits, like, that was really good on them to just refill their ink tank. And you can see here how Pelu, they kept fighting 2v2s, both teams, honestly. But you see Chara going down here, the members of Rotzlöffel were able to regroup and push past the members of Home Panic. And you see this first push happening here from them. They were trying to get some points, but Pelu with that Zuka, they didn't cover all their flanks. They didn't cover everything. And while Anger was staying there for a while and it was able to take Pelu out too, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I wish we could see this as the spectators, the number of spots that they got at the end of the game there, because I don't know, I know how many spots there were based off of just at least people were touching the 20s, if not like in the high teens, like at least 17 or 18, multiple numbers on both teams, just due to the fact that everyone was falling, and oftentimes at them we saw like 2 people alive per side. That was a very, very common occurrence just overall. As we are going to be moving over to Splat Zone's Hagglefish.
Yeah, of course, Splat Zone's Haggle, I feel like it's not as prolific as other, Splat Zones, even though it was very prolific when it started. But as I'm saying that, again, we're just getting right into things.
Oh yeah, not going to wait around, and that's going to be the Rapid Blaster deco coming out of on the side of ProChar. I like that pick into the 10 Umbrella. The torpedoes plus the inkjet plus the main weapon can really do a lot of damage and sign-ups as well. Just on that 52 gal, splash wall against the 10 umbrella can be really strong. The rest of the teams, very overall standard, not too uncommon to see knives on that side of the that slosher replica.
Yeah, honestly, both the 10 and the wall are going to be very useful on a map like this. I feel like it's very close quarters fighting. As you can see, Phoenix is already just going on their left side, trying to get picks, already getting that shot. But of course, both teams are having their cooler, but it's looking not too good for Home Panic at the beginning. With the Zuka trying to come in and get some picks, the Splash Wall was able to save Synapse as Phoenix is going to go down while Nice is trying to get that pick themselves. Going to be able to get it, and they can try to do a little bit more continuation with this triple ink strike here to get more of their members in, Genie. But as we see here, Pelu's just right behind them. Going to be getting knives too, just somehow on their backside every time. And now it is in favor of Home Panic, just rushing in there, going to be getting the paint and going to be getting a penalty for Rotzlöffel.
Yeah, that's really good for them there. Now we've got to watch out because there's going to be a cooler on the side of Rotz. They've got a way to get in with their specials, but they've lost their tent. They should be back relatively soon with that cooler, and that's going to force Home Panic to at least have one of the members jump back out. The space is going to start being created with all this bomb pressure. We have to see both teams. They need members to stay alive through this next onslaught of specials. Here they go. 2 members are down inside of Rotzlöffel. Home Panic. They've lost 1, and they've also lost control of that zone.
I know, they lost control, and that's not going to be good for them. But as we see, Home Panic is still holding the zone. Meanwhile, Rotzlöffel, they're popping the cooler. They're popping their specials here. They have a way to get in, but the Rapid Deco is going to be able to combo, and here comes the Inkjet out from ProCharge, trying to get some picks here. There goes Knives, trying to get a pick on Storm Hero or Anger, trying to stay alive. Going to be able to live, but not able to get those picks. But Anger is just going to be shot down by the main weapon itself, and that's the lane change to Home Panic as they're just trying to hold more and more. The Zuka coming out too, trying to get the picks. Genie, it is a madhouse here right now, and the members of Rotzlöffel, they got to find some way to get back in, and this Zuka might be the answer. Zukas!
Yeah, the Zukas are out, but they're not actually able to find anything, because on zones you can just go play back, play behind the zone, and go behind the stacks. As long as they don't go for giant crazy plays, it's gonna be dangerous. Knives are trying to run in there. Somehow, some way stay alive just long enough so their team's able to paint behind them. That was a beautiful way. They didn't need the splats, they just needed the space. And like a good duelist, they got in there.
No, they got in there. Synapse is getting in there right now, picking out Anger, trying to make sure that they secure their own side. And here comes out the Killer Whale 5.1, trying to see what other members are out here and trying to follow them. I feel like Killer Whale is really good for that, just to see where should I move into next? Who should I pick off next? And you see these Zukas coming out too, picking off people one by one. Nobody's safe, Genie, from all these Zukas. And this Snipe Rider paint onto the zone too. How we can just stay back on Canopy and just paint like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, there's just no. You're right. Nobody's safe. Even Judd and Little Judd, I don't think are safe from Zukas in this state of the game. So overall, we're gonna see if Chara can get a good inkjet off here. They've got it at the ready. They're gonna go for it. Have to watch out because Sniper Rider can really pick you out of the sky. They have back. Chara has to back off. We've got somebody below them who's easily gonna be camping their landing. And if I'm Chara, I'm thinking about respawning here.
What? They're still alive?
No way!
No, they're not.
No. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So it took him a second, but he's gone.
Yeah, and while we're saying that, actually, most of the members are finding themselves in situations. Pwn Panic is back up here, but not before they can get a Zuka on Knives. They still got their specials out. Another Killer Whale coming out. Two down on Rotzlöffel. Losing another one. Synapse is already in on the zone, even with Anger and with the Cooler. Trying to push back in. It's just not looking good for them. They're trying to keep that paint. They're so close. Oh, coming in, picking up two, picking up three!
That was yeah, that's Zuka. Synapse, the only reason they stayed alive was because they're behind their splash wall. That was it. No lead. It's swapped. It has swapped. Synapse, what can you do here? You have to go insane. You go one. Can you get two? No, you can't. The team needed a little bit more than that. And that's unfortunate. They're trying to get back in. They're trying to paint the zone. They get the splats though. Oh my goodness, they did enough. Chara here has his inkjet. They're gonna force the jump out. Oh my goodness, they got one. Oh, they got one.
Yeah, they got that pick even though they were jumping out, and it's just two left alive on the side of Rotzlöffel, Genie. It is not looking good for them right now, as we're seeing so many subs and specials fly across the sky. We're seeing the Killer Whale 5.1 coming in here. We're seeing the shot getting picked off. Synapse coming back in. Storm Hero with that Snipe Rider just trying to paint. Can the strikes paint over the zone just in time? Can they do it? Yes, they can!
My goodness, and more Zukas are out here. Synapse has to run for the low ground. They're able to stay alive through these Zukas. They've run in through middle of zone. Can they stay alive? They can't. They go down. Anger's gone as well. Phoenix is going to be starting to try and paint the zone. Peller's not in a position, but you have to paint the zone. You have to paint the zone with your teammate, and your Zap is gone. Your best painter. Can you get through this overtime? And no, Chara will not be able to do that on their own. And oh my goodness, and we're going into an actual, impactful, and pivotal Game 3.
That's what I love the most in playoff threes. They're fun and all, but when you get to the third game, it's like, there's heat. There's heat because, you know, it's in a 1-1 situation. People are like, they already go into it before, don't get me wrong, but now it's like, there's a purpose. They feel that drive for that third game, and that's what we're going to be seeing in Clan Brits on Crab Leg now. Let's see if anybody's pulling out those Krakens tonight.
I wouldn't be shocked just due to, like, either way. I wouldn't be shocked to see Kraken. I also wouldn't be shocked not to see Kraken because of how powerful it is on this map. The options for Crab Leg is you kind of go up the main ramp. You either go top right, which has got grading. So unless you're a splatling or somebody that has a super amount of run speed, you're not usually going to go up there. I could see the tent. Tents are another weapon that can easily make that journey. Or you can go up the left side block over a jump, which can be shut down by something as easy as a Toxic Mist. It's realistically only one ideal path that can't be just like super spammed out. But the problem is when you only have one specific path on them, that choke point oftentimes get overly bombarded with bombs.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's such a different mindset when you're going into this map compared to a lot of other ones, mainly because of what you said before with the grading. It's like which weapons are going to work because of that, which weapons are going to fall through. Like with Kraken, sure, it's very prolific in Clan Blitz, but on a map like this, yeah, it's only got that option of going through that ramp that's right under the basket. It can't really go through the grading path because it's just going to fall right through. Yep. So just thinking on that, that's what these teams are going to have to plan for. I could see 96. I know Chara, at least, I think they might still play 96, but I know in the past they have, so that's all I can really say. But either way, we're just about to get into it to see what comps these teams are going to be rolling out with.
Yeah. That Synapse is going to be pulling it out on Pole Panic side. I like that. And smart just to for Rotzlöffel to stay with what they got. I think the tank can do just as it's not a perfect way to do it, but it can do such a good job because it allows you to take that option of another path. Pencil itself makes it so the high ground grading path is almost irrelevant because you're just so exposed to pencil, and landing 2 shots like up there is pretty stock and standard.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And as we're seeing here, already Rotzlöffel is going 2 down immediately at the beginning, but the Zuka is getting a double from Phoenix already going in here. These teams, once again, going back and forth. Chara just somehow getting the Sniper Rider all the way in there, and xeniths is the one who has the super clam here. But without control on either side, that's going to be hard to beat. As we're seeing Knives jumping out, you know, going with their team. We see this 10 shield coming into bottom mid, and we see Knives going in with that before it gets shredded themselves. Wavebreaker coming out, and that's something you don't see a lot, but again, you know, range blaster, solid main weapon. You're mainly using that kit for the range blaster itself. As Chara's up there, xeniths down here. There's so much going back and forth, Genie, right now. But here it is, the Kraken.
Kraken, it's going in. It's gotten space, but oh, is that the power that going down? Yeah, the power did go down. That was not a spot you want to see go down. Unfortunately, they're not able to get that thing in. The Zukas are able to find a little bit of value. Not there at the end. That Storm Hero, is able to stay alive. We're gonna see 2 members go forward with the shield, but all punished up by the suction bomb.
Sometimes the 10 shield can be both a blessing and a curse, as we saw there. And as we're seeing, Pole Panic is just trying to rush straight up into the home of Rotzlöffel, but they're getting picked off right by Run. You see Synapse get picked off. Phoenix actually got picked off by Chara before they got picked off themselves. And we're seeing some Zukas coming out right now too from Pelu here, trying to see if they can get somebody, not able to find the pick. Chara trying to stay alive here. And we're seeing Anger trying to go in with this 10 shield again, but Pelu is right behind them. Pelu's going to go down. Anger's going in there. Chara's trying to locate them at least a little bit, but it's not looking good now for Pole Panic. As Rotzlöffel, they have the triple egg strike. They have 3 down. They just need to make a super clan. Dives these 2 clips. There it is, and there is points for Rotzlöffel.
Yeah, and all Phoenix is going to go down on that shield. As soon as I saw Anger pull that thing out, I knew that there was going to be a bomb coming off of that. So the push could have been a little bit stronger there if Phoenix hadn't have gone in front of their teammates' 10 umbrella shield. Yes, it's always the shot's fault. It's never the 10's fault, coming from a former 10 player.
Yeah, you also got to remember Pole Panic is rocking with the triple suction comp, so that's not going to do the 10 shield any favors. And as we're seeing here,
and a splash wall on them. That thing,
true.
Splash wall is the worst nightmare for you. A splash wall and a gal is 10 umbrella's worst matchup. It's not even close.
Yeah, so basically that entire comp is telling the teammates of that tent, just like, be behind it. Don't be in front of that 10 shield at all, even a little bit. Even have your little pinky toe. But as we're saying that, we're seeing some scores coming out. The Kraken actually being used to protect the basket here as they're just trying to see what's going to be coming through. They're going to be able to hold it for a little longer, but it's not looking good right now for the members of Pole Panic with 2 minutes left on the clock. They got to be using their tools to more effective range, as Phoenix is just trying to shark right under there. A range blaster shot can easily end this, but Phoenix is going straight into it, trying to get xeniths. Xeniths gonna go down, 2 down right now. Pelu trying to use their Zuka shots, but Phoenix going for the top right.
Yeah, Phoenix is trying to test this out. Not really. I feel like fully commit, but you baited a ball up there. You baited a ball down mid to die, and you baited a ball top left to die. It's actually gonna get picked up on the top left, but like that is big. You've taken Chara out of the fight for at least, I want to say, 5 seconds there, and in how Splatoon 3 is played at it's such a fast pace, 5 seconds feels like an eternity.
Yeah, no, it does. And Synapse is going. They're going for it. They're going for it. They're going for it. They're going for it.
Oh, they're trying to
but it doesn't stop it. It doesn't stop it.
Oh, it did. It did enough. It did enough.
Wait.
Who's gonna be able to try and get in there? Can they get this power in? They will.
Oh, that was so good.
And there's 2 power claims gonna be here ready to go. Chara has to go Super Saiyan mode. We need to see him go pro mode. Synapse is here. No ink. Low ink. Gone. One power cam in the basket. The other one falls down. Can it go in? No, Nice couldn't throw it. Anger, what do you got? What do you got? Can you grab this thing? They grab it. They can't touch it. And they can't throw it in either. My goodness. They were so close, but I think that might have actually cost them here.
Yeah, no, I see what Pole Panic was trying to do, but because of that, they didn't have most, if not all, the members trying to make sure that their basket area is still safe. And we see Rotzlöffel coming in with 2, but as I'm saying that, they're 3 down. It's just a 10 left alive going into mid. As the members of Pole Panic are going in, this might be their shot. This might be their chance. Pro Chara playing it safe, trying to make sure they don't get picked off right now. They have the wave at the ready. The Snipe Rider, though, is watching them like a hawk. They're going in for the jump! Going in for the jump, they got the second jump! But it's just enough! It's just enough! For Rotzlöffel!
They have to defend! They have to defend! This is it! This is what do you have, Home Panic? To defend your perfect record. Anger Shield is gone! Pelu's on this top left. They've got little time on the clock. It's draining so fast. Storm, you're gonna have to start moving. Anger's gone. Knives, where are you jumping? Where are you jumping? There's no time on the board. And that's Poem Panic taking this game 3-NM.
That Genie was so hectic at the end. Seeing so many people push in, so many wipes. You're seeing a push that Poem Panic made to get that lead back to 60 being a detriment. And then saying, nah, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna score with just jumps. We don't even need the Kraken, and taking the set 2-1. That was beautiful.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Bro. That was wild. That was
And
like
we're just around 4.
like you normally with Swiss, you get strong teams that have to play each other because you have same record teams play against each other. If that's your round 4 opponent, it can only get tougher. I'm not looking forward to these latter rounds alpha brackets, bro. I feel like Swiss is gonna get somebody who deserves alpha, like one of these top teams that could probably make a deep run to make at least top 4, if not top 3. Tomorrow in alpha, that they're gonna just get shafted and they're gonna go beta. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it too, just because of, like, that's what we're seeing in round 4. But either way, crazy matches, honestly. Again, I can't wait to honestly what we see in round 5 and round 6 that both of us are starting off with like a match as crazy as this, and both teams just showed up to play tonight.
Exactly. And exactly. I'm pretty sure this was one of the last games that need to be finished up. Now there's still one Jingle Bells and Fallen Squids. They still have their match going on, but besides that, we are mostly wrapping it up on this round 4 action. I'm not 1,000% who we are going to be looking at because the matches with Swiss we won't be able to see who is going to be our next match on stream until all matches have been played. But overall, we got more action. We got more action in them. And you know where it's coming? Right after this break. Don't go anywhere. More action next.
Stay tuned.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day 1 of HP for Heroes. I'm Genie7, joined by NM. And NM, we're here at round 5 of our Swiss stage. I know we got some great action, and I know we got some 2-2 teams who definitely want to boost up that scoreline here to make sure that they can get into that alpha bracket for day 2. But before that, we got some things to keep up with.
Yeah, of course, this is a charity event. We are raising money for charity, and even if you have just a little bit of money, make sure to donate, down below.
Look at that number, bro!
Yeah, look at that number. We're almost at 2K, almost at 2K right now down here. So make sure you're still donating because honestly, this is a really good cause. If you want to know what we're donating for, we're donating to Gamers Outreach to have, these go-karts for kids that are in hospitals so that they can, play games and, still feel that childlike wonder. I can tell you from experience, being a little kid in a hospital, it's scary. You don't know what's happening. You don't know how you're going to come out, and having something like that in there, honestly, I wish I had that. And that is something very beautiful that these kids are going to just love. And donating to this cause is just something that, even in just a little bit, make sure you do, because you can make a kid's life just change.
I honestly, I agree. I agree, man. It is an amazing thing, and I've been there. I've been there with you when those having the fun things to do to pass the days, or it helps. It helps. Bro. Yeah. Bro, some legendary Mario Kart games went down. Some absolutely legendary Mario Kart games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These kids, they'll have the elite stuff.
Oh yeah.
Here we are. Tower Control Macklemore. Oof. I'm ready. Ooh, we got another range blaster, some more range blaster gameplay, and a dynamo. Hey yo, this is Splatoon 1?
Ooh, Dynamo. Interesting. We're also seeing the Tri Nouveau on the other side here. Honestly, I feel like both of these teams are using these more AoE cooler weapons because of a map that, Mako Mart is. It's more like short-range AoE friendly. And I know from Frutella, they love to play Dynamo here, that Dynamo player. And as I'm saying that, Technicolor is already 2 down, even with the double shot gameplay. It's not going too well for them, as we're already seeing a bubble come out onto the tower, trying to shred that first checkpoint. We're seeing Zukas fly from both sides. The Dynamo going down already, Genie, as it's just the shot and the Zekofin left alive here. And honestly, Zekofin too, very interesting to see. Backline diversity has been pretty much shot ever since Snipe Rider has become a thing. So seeing another Charger is interesting.
It's the... You see ballpoint from time to time, like on rare occasions. You'll see the new E-Leader and you see Zedfar. That's it. That's literally our backline. That's it. Besides that, it's 90% pencil. So I'm not overly shocked because this is definitely the next best Charger in the game. I think it's also overall just the next best backline other than pencil. And when you can hit some shots like that, it's pretty good. The range launcher couldn't get out in time.
Yeah, no. Big Fat Sea Cows are already pushing their lead down to the 50s. That snipe was insane, but that Zuka was even more. Getting 2 down, and it's 2 left alive, but the bubble is going to be going, but the bombs are flying, picking off their members too. It's just a Junior left alive. They're trying to stay alive, but they're going to be going down to Technicolor as they're still pushing back in, trying to get back in the middle and trying to get some paint on the ground here. Seeing this range blaster come back into the Zukas, flying once again from the side of Technicolor, Genie, as the Cooler's going out on Big Fat Sea Cows on that right side, getting bombed, just trying to reach it too. Bro. It's not looking good. This might be a pushback from Technicolor.
Yeah, Technicolor, they need this right here, right now, because they want to get through that first checkpoint. As long as the sooner you get through this first checkpoint, the sooner you can get to that second. And the second is where the game is won and lost. We see good positioning from the range blaster, force the Dynamo back. We're gonna see those tri-strikes come in here, and so what can that do? What can that shut down? That goes to Charger. That's not good. The Zuka's out. This needs to find a lot of value, or the Sea Cows, they're gonna be in deep trouble. They at least have found 2 here on them, but the tower, it's still moving.
It's not gonna be moving anymore. It's
nope,
not gonna be moving anymore.
That's how you stop it. Get a wipeout.
Yeah, really solid wipeout coming out from them, and Technicolor is still going down again and again right now, as this Dynamo is pretty much camping that left side drop here with the shot. They have Cooler at the active too, so any pick will still keep them alive, at least in a way, with their special, as they're just trying to stay alive here. We're seeing the Zukas coming out. Rox is going to be going down, but same thing with that Dynamo there, as Zach is trying to back up, trying to get the pick on Sweetie there, but going to be going down themselves. This might be a pushback right now. We're seeing Tomato pop their Cooler. We're seeing the members of Technicolor. They're coming back again. And of course, the range. Really solid weapon on this map for just seeding out these different ledges. Of course, it has really solid AoE and a really solid mid-light right now. Even though it has not the best kit, it's such a good main weapon for its role that you see so many people play it. And why it's just so good on a map like this, too. And of course, on tower control, it's a blaster.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is tower control and blaster, especially range blaster with it having one of the larger explosion radiuses of the blaster class. It's really nice to get that just strong, like, half health off that tower immediately. And oh my goodness, 2 just go down.
Yeah, no, 2 already got 3 going down. It's just Tomato left alive here, trying to stay alive because most of the members on Big Fat Sea Cows do have a little bit more range than a Triangle. So that's not really going to be a good matchup for them.
And Zach was able to keep on to their Zuka. Getting that a whole bunch of multi-kills there without having to use a Zuka is really good, because you'll have that for this fight. They have shot 2 of the shots. Can they find anything with the 3rd? No. And that's going to be a counter wipeout. I can't help to think, but just the positioning there from the Sea Cows was a little bit sporadic.
Ooh, and the Zekofin already going down to another Zuka before they can even leave their spawn. Same thing with the Dino. These Zukas from Technicolor right now are really coming in clutch as they're trying to make their push back to try to get that lead as they're really close. You can see Tomato riding the tower, using the Tacticaler as a shield of sorts, trying to make sure they stay alive. And Genie, they're getting really, really close right now, but they gotta keep their life. Zuka's coming out. But here comes from the right.
Zach is one, Zach is another one, but they can't
get the lead.
Time. Just a range, and oh my goodness! At least I saw the top. Oh no! Broke past it with a jump in NM. The jump breaks the checkpoint, which honestly is insane. It's not going to be as insane as it would have been a minute ago, but that's still a checkpoint that you have to fully get through on the side of the Sea Cows in 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, in 10 seconds with overtime, with your shot down to the Zuka, it's not going to be good. Everybody's coming from this bottom left, but going down on this bottom left too. Tri-strikes are going to be trying to hold this. How did they
started moving backwards? It started moving backwards because the shot was the last one on the side of Technicolor. Their shot was the last one alive on the tower. They went down to tri-strikes. The Charger went down to the shot, and that was how the trade was, which meant that the last team that touched it was Technicolor. They were the last team that had control of tower, which means that the Sea Cows had to touch it, and they couldn't get there because no one was close enough. It was just the shot that was jumping back in. I saw that brief moment where I thought it was gonna be where you were gonna have that stalled moment there, NM with a tower, but no, it started moving in favor of Technicolor in the last second, and then that was all we wrote.
Oh my! Just you could, like, in Splatoon, you could see how even a millisecond matters.
Yep.
If a tri-strike was thrown out a millisecond faster, or somebody was there by the Charger, or the shot took a tiny bit more time to get picked off by the shot, it would have been a completely different turnout in that encounter. But because it went the way it did, Technicolor was able to secure their lead and take the win.
Yeah, you think in every scenario, that if you're a player who's jumping on the tower into a tri-strike, that you're going to go down before you land your shots. But the shot was able to get the one hit of ink that they needed and stand on the tower for enough frames to start sending that thing back to mid. And that was the difference in the game. I was thinking, we've got a lot of members on both sides that have just gone down. We're going to have another fight here. But it ended a little bit prematurely, in my opinion. But moving on here, we've got Zones on Umami, which is a map that we see from time to time. It depends on what TO throws it in the map pool.
Yeah, it honestly depends on who is trying to throw it into the map pool, but I feel like it is a solid map as this game has developed. Of course, kind of like I can see you shaking your head. I feel like you got war stories or something on this map.
Pencil.
Yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's pencil players who put it in the map list because pencil's good on it. It gives them the time to pop off. But
true. But pencil's kind of good everywhere right now. But I guess it's just like very amplified on something like not crab leg, umami. Yeah. I can see that with how kind of flat it is, say for that one box in mid. Honestly, pencil can be very devastating, especially with how little ink it takes to keep a zone. We also might see, gal, splash wall, weapons, tents, because that is very useful in holding one of these zones too. As we're loaded, blob.
I guess it's just a good blob map as well. I have talked to Skep about it well, very frequently because Skep talks a lot about Blob. If anybody ever knows Skep, so it does have its usages here, especially because there's very minimal amounts of grading that you have to deal with, and it's very good to just keep out constant pressure. And I do have to say I like the Rain Cloud one here because Kraken doesn't get you all that much value on a very wide open map here, and line markers line.
Yeah, but as we're saying that, look how far Big Seacows is already into the spawn of Technicolor, getting picked one by one, Genie. It is not looking too good, and you're seeing that Wiper already going with that stamp.
Good.
Getting a trade right in their spawn.
Yep, and there goes 2 more to Zuka. They had spawn armor, by the way. I just hope you know that they had spawn armor when they got shot by that Zuka. And this is a problem where you can see on this map the pencil's all set up here. Unfortunately, the Seacows, they're actually gonna back off here. I thought they could stay up there with at least their bubbler. They're able to get another. Oh, sorry. They're able to get a splat, but they lose a member in the process. You're gonna see the junior trying to stay alive here in the front line. And this is final fight territory. We've only really had one fight.
Yeah, no, this is literally everybody's scrapping right now because the members of Technicolor got to get to the zone, and they're starting to get it in their color, and they're starting to get the picks. You can see on the Wiper here, and Zach is kind of running for their money, but they're able to get the pick, but not before the zone is going to be going back to Technicolor, but they're already in a tough spot again, with only one of them, Jacob, being left alive, trying to fight with this Wiper, but trying to back up to make sure they preserve their life. And you're seeing the Zuka coming out here, getting the picks too. Tomato just left trying to paint, trying to see if they can get more paint onto it. It's a really solid, like as you were saying before, I can see how it's solid on a map mode like this, especially, you know, the vanilla variant. But we're seeing this Wiper throwing that stamp, not getting the picks, but you're seeing they're just continuing to hold.
Choke. Like, you just see the junior pop a bubble. You have all these sniper rider shots that are just coming in through choke point. It's so hard. The Rain Cloud's able to at least help them break through it. But now you've got to watch out for a Wiper who's coming through your side. Gets 1. Can they get 2? No, 2v2 scenario here, and it's going to be tight. Because if you're Technicolor, you really need to get in here. Seacows, they have still control of this high ground, and oh my goodness, 2 splats found by this Wiper. My goodness. The Seacows, they are just, honestly, rolling this game, too.
Yeah, no, they are just completely going in. Technicolor will have the zone for a second, maybe, and then Big Fat Seacows will just ram right through it and get it and take the zone back. And we're seeing all the specials from Big Fat Seacows coming back. You're seeing the stamp getting a pick on 1, getting a pick on 2 with that throw! Ooh,
I love that.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. But right now, Genie, they're just rubbing it in the face of Technicolor. With these few penalty points left, it's not looking good.
No, they have to go in here now. It's going to be tight. Can they find anything with these 2 Zukas? You need value, and they've lost 2. And this is a game. This game is over. This round is going to have an actual, again, meaningful game number 3. My goodness. Back-to-back meaningful game 3s in them? I love that.
Oh yeah, no, me too. Because you can see it in the gameplay when you ever get to that point that the teams, like, they wake up, they get in there, you know, they make sure that they're not leaving anything behind. I love to see those, and I'm happy that we're seeing one again right after that hectic one we saw on a Clamblitz Crab Leg just a moment ago. But this time we're gonna be seeing it on a map like Rainmaker Museum.
Oh, if we have the same pace that we've had in the first 2 matches, I'm a little bit worried here on them because both teams have come out with rocking starts. So I'm a little bit worried because Rainmaker is probably the only mode that if you get off to an extreme start, the game can be over like instantaneously.
Oh yeah. The checkpoint is like there's only one checkpoint path. It's literally if you can make the jump on spinner, it's right there, and it's just a mad dash towards the checkpoint. And if you have enough special coordination, enough picks, you can just easily knock that thing out.
Yep. If you have a Zuka, the game can be over instantaneously after the first checkpoint. That's how strong it can be. You can even get away with maybe if a team has like a crab tank or maybe some insane bombs, but like realistically, it just comes down to Zuka because Zuka has the power and capability to shred through ink armor, the spawn armor, which not many weapons and not many things in Splatoon can do, which is I don't know. Is it an oversight? I don't think it is.
It might be. It might not be. Honestly, with these Splatoon devs at this point, I don't know. I
really don't know. I really. Apparently, we're getting new bow and new a new bow and a new Splatana. But like we've got one season left, bro. The copium is here.
There's got to be more seasons because there's no way, especially if they're finally introducing a new bow and a new Splatana, their flagship classes for Splatoon 3, almost 2 years after the game launched.
Yeah.
It can't be the end.
No.
Especially like not every kid even has its second.
No, well, yeah, Hydra and Bamboo players, they always say it takes them so long. That's the joke. You guys literally were the last two to get your kits in Splatoon 1. You're the last two to get your kits in Splatoon 2. It was written in the cards. You knew when you picked that weapon up that you were going to have the last weapon picks. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah. I'm just lucky the weapons I love got their kits literally 6 months after they were released into Splatoon 3. But as we're saying that, we're getting into this game, and actually, remember that Blob Deco kit you were dogging on before? Well, it's here!
No, it's good. I wasn't dogging on it, bro. That thing's dog on zone, so let's be clear. Kraken, Kraken on Rainmaker is so much better. Line Marker on Rainmaker is also so much better. Even on Tower Control, even on, well, I don't have to say anything about Kraken on Clan Blitz. I believe that the Kraken variant, this one, in the combos that it has, is better on everything except zones and turtle.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I can see its potential in other modes other than zones because it's just Kraken itself. But as I'm saying that, this Wiper is already going in there. 2 down on the side of Technicolor. The Stamp is going in there, watching for that jump. Trying to get the pick, gets it, and here comes the Rainmaker going in. First checkpoint already down for Big Fat Sea Cows, but actually, they're already 3 down.
Yeah, the counter Zuka came out at the end there for Technicolor, which meant that they got even though the checkpoint went over to the Sea Cows, they lost pretty much everyone to the double Zuka shots, which came out after. Because if one Zuka doesn't hit, they'll get that 60 damage hitbox, and if the second Zuka doesn't hit, they'll also get that 60 damage hitbox will be enough. And the Rainmaker sneak was trying to come through from Zach. Zach gets 1, Zach also gets 2 in that scenario.
That's really good. Going into 1v2 situation, even though they went down, they were able to take the other 2 out. And Technicolor made sure that Big Fat Sea Cows, even though they're going to be pushing up here, they have to spend a little bit more time since that Rainmaker is back all the way down. And here comes this beautiful Kraken coming in, trying to shred this bubble, trying to see where the members of Big Fat Sea Cows are. But as it's timing out, they got to make sure that they're safe because they're put into a state of vulnerability when that Kraken expires. And now Tomato is just trying to play for life here as the members of Big Fat Sea Cows are starting to go back up in here. And 2 down on Technicolor Genie. It is not looking good for them right now, but maybe this counter Zuka might be able to make some prayers for them.
Oh, that was so darn close. I thought for sure it had a spot coming towards it. Mini stayed alive. They're able to get 1. They're able to get an assist on another one. It should be good. They've got an opportunity here. Gotta dodge that suction bomb. Gotta dodge his other suction bomb. You gotta find the zap inside this big bubble. And now we're rocking it down close here. Can this be a knockout? And it will be. That's a wipeout. Big Fat Sea Cows take game 3.
Literally, Genie, what we said right before we got into this map mode. If somebody can get a push, they will go all the way to the end. And that is literally what we saw Big Fat Sea Cows do. It took a little bit of a second, but once they got it, they just kept dodging suction bombs, getting picks, using the bubble right at the end there, and got a wipeout right before the game was out.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, from the Big Fat Sea Cows, that was really good. And they proved to be really overall strong in the latter half. Besides the ending of the tower control game, where the leads got swapped in about the final 30 seconds, and then the tri-strikes and the shot jumping on it and sending it back to mid with less than a second on the score clock, they could have come up with a 3-0. They were in my opinion 2 mistakes away from a 3-0. So overall, to the Big Fat Sea Cows, congratulations on your win, and I hope to see them in Top Cut. But they're gonna have to go up against the rest of the 3-2 teams in our final round. And the difference between being 3-3 and 4-2 for your alpha bracket stage is a lot. A lot.
Yeah, no, it is a lot. Even just that little bit can be so detrimental to if you get in or if you're not, especially with tiebreakers. It's just gonna be really hard. And honestly, I bet that Big Fat Sea Cows wants to secure their final round in order to secure that alpha bracket. And we're just gonna have to wait and see, next round if they're able to do that. Of course, we won't be watching them this next round, but hopefully they are able to do that and secure their spot into alphas.
Yep. But with that, we are going to take a little bit of a break. Don't forget to donate. When we come back from break, I would like to see us cross the 2,000 marker going into that final and extreme. Well, the final round. And that's like when it this is for all the marbles. Who wants to make alpha? Who wants to make Bravo? This is it. Next round. Why would you miss it? This decides everything. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. The final Swift round we have here for HP for Heroes tonight. I am NM, of course, joined by Genie here. As, of course, again, please donate if you have the time to. You can see right here, we did reach past our 2,000 goal, which is very nice. But of course, we can always go more and more. And we're only halfway through this tournament after tonight. You know, we got so many finals, so many teams that you've even seen these matches today. They're ready to go tomorrow. So if you could support those causes for those kids in those hospitals and just give them a light in life, then please donate if you have the time to. But with that, Genie, you ready for this round?
Oh, I am so ready. I am so ready. These two teams, Blaze and Alliance Moon, they are both sitting with a 3 wins, 2 losses score line. And for how Swiss kind of rounds out in tiebreakers, it can get all complicated and all messy. And I don't have enough calculators to break it all down with all 60 teams that are here today. The easier way to put it is a 4 wins, 2 losses helps you more than a 3 wins, 3 losses score line. So for these teams, you want that extra win because that will next near guarantee that you're going to be in the alpha side tomorrow.
Yeah, basically for anyone in the audience who doesn't know, you definitely want more points if you want to reach that alpha bracket. So this match is deciding who goes into what bracket for these teams because they've been so even during this entire tournament. Now we're starting out here, Clambless Scorch. We're seeing these comps. We're seeing the Vanilla Blaster, which of course a really solid weapon for those short range. We're also seeing some T-Tech coming out here too.
Yeah, no surprise. Oh yeah, T-Tech. That is surprising. Yeah, I forgot O's weapon. I keep thinking about I guess I can't say what weapon it is yet, just in case people haven't seen it because of spoiler side order reasoning. But if you know it, you know it. That's the one I've seen.
Yeah, no, that's the one I've seen too. That's actually how I found out commentating that it was in the game.
Oh no way, he got spoiled that way.
yeah, I got spoiled that way. I was like, wait, that's in the game? Yeah, no, that was insane. That literally spoiled it. But either way, we're already seeing Alliance Moon having the crab tank at the ready, and they're almost ready to score. They just need one more clam from this Stamper, and they can easily just score the basket here. There it is. They have Technicolor, so they're going to be coming back with that crab tank at the ready. Oh. And not with the teammates at the ready, as they're going to be going down from Yendo. Even if they're getting one more clan in, that's already controlled, going back to Blaze. And with most of the members of Alliance Moon down, they're just going back in. This crab tank being used by Ace just to make sure that nobody's going too far into their area.
No, and the Zuka popped out. That's going to get 2 splats, big splats down there. Now we're having another Zuka coming out. There's no way you get doing this. Your back is literally to the void. You are standing on grading. You have no health, and you find 2.
And now they're jumping in. Here we go. They're starting to score from Blaze, getting another pick. The Tri-Strike's coming in to secure this clam score, getting it down to 60 as Dark is just trying to back out. We're seeing King Soro trying to get the picks here. Yendo is just going straight behind them, going for that flank.
I like that.
Picked off, but that was really good, Genie, just to get some distraction on the side of Alliance Moon. They're going to be picking off more and more, but they're down to 24, trying to get even more in here. Mop trying to stay alive. It's just Mop left alive, but they're going to the back. They're just trying to run. They're able to swim through, not minding the floor, and that's a solid 24-point lead for Blaze. So that Alliance Moon was like sitting comfortably a little bit before, but now they're scrambling a little bit.
Mop getting out there by getting that floor plane down. Really, honestly, just mopping the floor with their opponents. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. No. We're gonna see, and that push was very, 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 very good. We have to make sure that the control for Blaze is still here. They have it. They can, if they can find some splats, so that's a problem. Because right now, they've just been playing so scrappy that if they don't win their fights, they're gonna lose control extremely quickly. And right now, they've lost a lot of them so fast that it's just the Sniper Rider Dark who gets overrun and overwhelmed. The clams for Alliance Moon. They should be coming in, but they need to find some more.
Yeah, already getting a pick on that shot from Blaze here. We're seeing a trade coming down here too. We're seeing clams coming down here. They got the super. Are they able to get it in? They are, but that's not lead. That's not lead. They still need just a little bit more, but that's tying down, just shortening the gap a little bit more between these two teams. Alliance Moon, while not getting the lead, that was very valuable, at least getting them more of a chance. And now they know what they need to do, get Blaze back in that situation once again. But as you're seeing, Blaze is coming back in here. They know what Alliance Moon is going to try to do now that they've seen that, and they're going to try to counteract that.
Yeah. We're really close to another Zuka online here. If they can get this out, that might be able to blast open the door for them so they can get this push going. 2 power clams will allow them to take the lead and have a little bit to spare. But they need to get some clams. 4 to their name right now and 2 splats yeah, the 2 splats are good, but by the time they get these clams, I feel like the respawns will be here.
No, I feel that way too, especially with the King here coming in with this Vanilla Blaster, trying to see what they can do, they almost have their big bubbler, so they could provide some setup right now. They're using it right now.
Oh no, the ball goes with the side!
3! Can Paolo get the quad? Can Paolo get the quad? No!
Yo, come on now, that was a quad. That was 5 shots on that mother. That was enough, bro.
Yeah, no, that was basically enough there, and it literally sent Alliance Moon once again scrambling on what they're going to try to do now.
I'll count that one as a quad. Woo, nice quad.
Yeah.
Oh, the Crab Dag is probably gonna get flanked out here. They somehow stay alive by going in a ball for just long enough. I'm worried that the Wiper on this right side is gonna go down, and they decide to do it themselves.
Yeah, they just decide to do it themselves here. As we're seeing, there's just the scraps going out more and more here. We're seeing Paolo going down. It literally left up. We see the bubble coming out here. Just 2 down on the side of Blaze. The members of Alliance Moon, they have their Technicolor right now. And Dark, even though they're up there, you know, they have the power. They have the clams in order to get in. And they're almost up with 2 super clams here. They have almost enough to that. But here comes the Technicolor out for Blaze. And 3 down on Alliance Moon. It's just the sword left alive, and they're going to be going
down. There's a jump. They know that the jump is coming in. You can tell, and they got that spot there. That's it. Power clam's gone. And that is going to be game 1. And my goodness. We can't forget that if the further this game goes and the more tiebreakers you get, those game 3s, if you can't get that clean 3-0, it's that will also help the 3-3 team, as long as they don't go down. So we need a good bounce back game here.
Yeah, no, that was honestly really good. You saw there, even with that start that, you know, Blaze had, where Alliance Moon was getting a little in there, you saw Blaze coming back and even shutting down that push that Alliance Moon was able to getting it almost literally to lead. That was really good coming out from Blaze and showing that they're coming here to play. They know the stakes that are in this 3-2 setting, and they're like, we're going 4-2. We're going to Alpha, and there's nothing you can do to stop us.
We're booking our own ticket. We're not preying on Swiss RNG. We are booking our own ticket. We are grabbing it from the ticket box, and we're giving it to the conductor. We want that train to Alpha.
No, they're trying to secure it as much as they can. They're willing to sleep outside for that ticket. You feel me? They're doing whatever it takes.
The early mornings, the late nights. Did they have more midnight releases still around you, or did they get rid of those?
I'm gonna be honest. They definitely got rid of those, save for like a few like big games, I think. But I live in an area where I wouldn't be surprised if they're just completely gone, which is sad.
I remember when the Switch came out, they were discussing a midnight release, and then they said no, because it would be too dangerous. I'm like, huh? What, the moose are gonna get you? And that was pretty much what people said. It was the moose. They were worried about the moose getting us Canadians.
That's crazy, because we had a midnight launch for the Switch, and I was like in New York, you know, you got a lot more to be worried about than moose in there, and they were like, yeah, the midnight launch, we're good.
So yeah, we instead they opened the store 2 hours earlier. It's also because the truck didn't bring the Switches.
Oh yeah, that might be another reason.
Yeah, that was the moose. You know, moose on the road.
The moose did it another way.
Yeah, moose on the loose, eh? But yeah, we are going into this zone's Robo Ramen game. Shout out to ramen. I'm gonna have to have ramen now that I think about it.
Yeah, I didn't have ramen yesterday, but I had some pho. It was really nice, the pho. But either way, we're getting into it. We're seeing heavy edit. Again, those short range maps, a little more short range, the heavy edit coming out, going to be very useful in painting these zones. And we're also, noticeably, that 52 has got opening gambit.
Opening gambit is so strong right now on certain weapons. You have to have an ego though. If you go down, you have to win your first fight, which they have done so easily. And as long as they can keep stacking up those assists and those splats, they will just continuously have that opening gambit. I believe it stacks past when you die now as well, which is why you can almost have an entire game where you just constantly have it and keep racking up the kills. You're just so mobile. It's insane.
Yeah, no, it is insane. Just they are completely in Alliance Moon spawn, getting as many picks as possible, already halfway through these points. But we're seeing the Stamper Nouveau pulling out with the Crab Tank, trying to see if they can get something here, but not before. Two go down. It's just two left alive on Blaze here as they're just packing up. But Paolo is still in there, and they get the wipe out of Alliance Moon. It is not looking good.
No, Paolo is. This opening gambit has not stopped. Paolo has just been thrashing them. I believe they got another spot there, and Dark's on the zone, able to get one before going down. They got the damage done. We should probably be able to see, I know on this machine, and Paolo on this Tuga, be able to find some spots here. They got to paint the zone. They're going to be able to hold on to it. Paolo finally falls down. But at, like, the final hour, we've got so little time left on the clock. Alliance Moon, they finally get the zone, but it costs them everything in the kitchen sink. They get the spots here on them, and they have some life in this game.
Yeah, they cost them everything in the kitchen sink, but guess what? They're working that overtime, and they're trying to make sure they get all the way back up to 5.
Bro.
That is going to be a big ask, especially with Paolo right on your backside with this wall and only 2 left alive in your team. That is going to be a very hard ask. That is, you're going to have to make a 5-course, 5-star meal if you're going to be even hoping on getting past this. Even with that Machine Neo coming in, they're losing control. Paolo is still right behind Ace, getting that dig on them. Paolo is still in here and getting the zone back in the favor of Blaze. Genie, they are literally living in their minds rent-free right now.
Paolo has destroyed them. Paolo's just single-handedly absolutely destroyed Alliance Moon. They are still somehow in this game. The rest of Blaze have been playing well. But Paolo, they finally are shutting them down. Endo's here on the side. Are they going to get found out? And yeah, Ace is able to get a nice slice there. We're going to see, again, because like, it's up to Alliance Moon to hold on here. It is so hard when you have Mop being able to support with these tri-strikes, Dark with this edit, which paints the map like the wind and gets you so many coolers, and Paolo ripping you apart in the 52 gal right now.
Yeah, we're seeing Mop, staying alive, and Alliance Moon are 3 down again. They're all in the spot of Alliance Moon. They're literally just living in there. Paolo's gonna go down, Mop's gonna go down, but they're still holding, and the penalty is going down and down, Genie. They're starting to get back in there, and here comes the Zukas coming out. Yendo's gonna be one who loses the Zuka fight, but Mop is gonna be able to trade, and their control is back in Alliance Moon. But Blaze, they still have a chance to get back in there, especially with most of their members coming back, and the specials about to be coming out from both the Heavy and the 52.
Yep, and they have the Killer Whale, plus that Cooler, and the Zuka. They go 1 for 1, so not all that you want to see with those specials. Ace, what can you find? You find Paolo! That is the bingo card that you needed! They get the Splatoon NM! If Mop goes down here, those are the tri-strikes gone. You're gonna have one last push in here for Blaze, or you're gonna lose this map, and I feel like that would be a massive choke.
I know, I feel like that would be too. Yendo coming in here, but here comes the Blaster, blasting their way through them.
Oh, look at the zone!
Tri-strike able to get it! Tri-strike able to prove that even though it's just such a good stone special, just getting it back instantly, and something like T-Tech can just paint for it like there's no tomorrow, but Reddy is going to be able to ready up the zone once again. Red getting that, trying to hit the pick on Yendo, gets them, and they don't have that many points to get through in terms of penalty and just punish themselves. But the members of Blaze, they got a minute left to get in, and yeah, Zuka can easily shut this down, but it's not going to be Tri-Strikes or Technicolor because they're going to be going down, and here comes Paolo. They have the Killer Whale. They're coming in here. We're seeing this Blaster trying to pick them off. Can they get the blast? No. I think they lost ink. They had no ink left. They were just walking back. Here comes the Crab Tank. They know Paolo's there. But here comes the Tri-Strike. Even at 15, it's going to be Blaze who is getting the zone back. And they're already moving up. You see Paolo going in there. It's just so back and forth. And soon have to get on Alliance Moon.
Bro, Dark's gonna run in here. They've got this Cooler. You cannot fall here if you're Dark. Red's gonna try and find some space, but they're gonna back up. I think they need to play safe. They need to stay alive. If they can't, that's gonna be devastating. 20 seconds left on the clock here for Alliance Moon. They need this game. They need this game to stay alive, to have a really good chance to stay in here. They're going to try and go forward. Blaze, they're getting the splats that they need. They're gonna try and hold Alliance Moon out of the zone. Red's trying in here with the rest of the team. The Killer Whale's out in NM. That's gonna be game. Blaze, they have put themselves in a beautiful spot with a 4-2 scoreline.
Yeah, 4-2, and also taking the 2-0 onto Alliance Moon. Of course, this is a playoff 3. There still is one more match, and Alliance Moon can make it a little better for themselves by getting that last win, but it's for tomorrow. It is definitely going to be an uphill battle for Alliance Moon.
Yeah, if they didn't need this game, the next, like the last game that just happened, this next tower control game on Ship Shape, cargo company is mandatory because that's for your tiebreakers. Blaze doesn't need it anymore. They have very little to play for other than a little bit of tiebreakers between the 4 and 2s, so that they can get maybe a little bit of better seed, so they can avoid some higher teams, because there's gonna be a lot of teams that are 4 and 2. Let's just be clear. 4 and 2 is one of the more common scorelines. So hopefully for them, they can avoid playing, like, you know, being an underdog in the early rounds and get themselves a little bit of a better scoreline with a 3-0. But Alliance Moon, if you're a 3 and 3 team, you need every single map that you could take.
Yeah, no, you need like every single map. You need every point. And right now, I imagine Alliance Moon is looking at tower control ship shape like, I need this. I need to secure these wins. And I need to make sure, you know, the blaster's on point. They know where everybody's at. They have the bazookas. They have the special coordination. This is literally their game. And Alliance Moon has to make sure they secure everything. No fail, perfect pointage.
Yeah, as well, this would put them at a nice, even nine map wins, 9 map losses in a 3 set wins and 3 set losses. That would be very beautiful for Alliance Moon. It would be almost like it was written in the stars for them to be perfect, neutral 3-3-9-9 scoreline. But for Blaze, that's a good win. But you can't let off the gas now. I see that their icon is a car from Cars, so why would you ever let off the gas pedal, especially when you have that icon?
Yeah, no, it looks like kind of like I think it's not from Cars. I think it's from like this Nick Jr. show called Blaze, actually.
Oh,
it's like
really?
It's like a monster truck show. I think I always saw it.
Oh, it is. Now that I look at it.
Yeah, but either way, they're definitely not getting off that pedal from that monster truck. They're just going to be trying to go further, and they're coming in with a range and machine combo too. Ooh.
Disgusting. I'm surprised because Pencil and Edit are all really good here, but Range Blaster is built different. Like, especially when you go up against a team that has a composition like Alliance Moon, there's a lot of weapons that you can get some really good directs on, and you see right there, finding the opposite number of the blaster, showing that just that extra little range can get you a lot more splats sometimes.
Yeah, no, I feel like that combo is going to be especially devastating. That it's tower control. They're going to be able to combo. That's what I'm seeing here. Red is going to be able to move forward on Dark with Ace, getting that pick, but Mop is in the corner. They know that. They're going straight for Mop, but Mop is somehow still alive in here.
No way.
No, they're going down now, but it's going to be Ace who's about to go down in a second. No, I'm going to be incorrect as Dark is staying alive, trying to get the pick, going to be able to get it on Ace finally. But Alliance Move is already getting to that first checkpoint and shredding it down too. They're doing.
I like the bubble in front of the tower. You give your bubble more HP if it's not on tower. It's half health on the tower, and it's normal health not on the tower. So I really like to see that. So
yeah,
it's a smart move so you can keep it up longer, even though it did get shredded. And the second checkpoint, it is so impactful. In my opinion, the most impactful of our competitive tower control maps in Splatoon 3. That second checkpoint on this map. Because if you can get past that, you are home free and you are golden.
Yeah, no, if you can get past that, you're pretty much just set for life. But they're not going to be able to right now, as Blaze is going to be coming back, trying to make sure that they can get back that lead right now, saying, okay, we had a little bit of a rocky start, but we're going to be coming back full on swinging, getting the picks, 2 down again on Alliance Moon. Hey, as you're seeing Yendo readying up this Booyah Bomb, keeping their life and keeping that continuation ready, getting the pick on King Soro here as they're moving past the first checkpoint. Now getting into the realm in a second, and Dark is going in there on that top left with that range. Again, really solid main weapon. They're taking the lead. Mop's still alive. Dark finally going to be going down that left. 2 down from the side of Blaze, but they're still in it. This machine in the corner. They're still on the tower, dodging this blaster, but they're not going to be able to live.
Yeah, and is there going to be jumps in? No, Dark was coming back from the spawn, so that was a massive win for King. That was what kept their team in this match here, and honestly, could even keep their Alpha hopes alive. But Ace is going to go down. I believe that was to a wave breaker. But that's a lot of the members going down. That's going to be a wipeout.
That's going to be a wipeout towards them, and that's just going to allow Blaze to continue just flying through this map, Genie, as they're getting back up there yet again. Everybody's going in there. Paolo in the top left and everybody else near the tower. The Booyah Bomb coming out from Yendo here again, continuing their push more and more. But we see King Sora going in there, getting the picks before getting picked off himself by Mop here. The Trizuka coming in, trying to see what they can get, but this tower is being a little bit of a detriment towards that, as we're seeing Alliance Moon already setting back up. Almost picking off Paolo, but the Crab Tank was able to finish it off. And here we go. Basically a delayed wipeout as Alliance Moon is getting back up in here.
Yeah, this is looking good. Mob has to watch out. You don't want to go down to this blaster. Listen now, especially with how close you are to that cooler. Alliance Moon, you got about just over a minute on the just over a minute 30 on the clock here to really get this tower moving. But you can't lose your members to bombs like that. Paulo able to get one. You're gonna try and run out this tower. What can they find? And they can't find the spots that they need. Oh my goodness, and this could be coming down to the wire here.
Yeah, no, this could easily be going down to the wire here as we're seeing this map is not living. Bomb! They get the lead the last second! They get lead the last possible second! Before that bomb took him out, they got it to 24, and now 1 minute left on the clock. Blaze is the one in the lower advantage here, trying to make sure that they get it all the way back to that checkpoint. As King Sora is going to be going down, Paolo is trying to channel that energy that they had with the 52 and trying to be pushing in here, but they're going to be picked off, and it's just 2 down. It's just the range of the zap left alive here as Dark is trying to go in here, trying to get a pick, going to be able to get the zap, but the Zuka coming in here. It's just so back and forth. But Alliance Moon is the one that's in the disadvantage. It's just them left alive. And Red's gonna be going down. Blaze is gonna be coming in here. 40 seconds left on the clock. Genie, I'm going crazy right now. This could be life or death right now for Blaze.
This could be, well, not so much Blaze, more or less Alliance Moon. They need this game more than Blaze needs this game. This is a game that they want to stay alive if they want to keep their alpha hopes in the best possible condition. They need this defense. They've got 20 seconds to defend this, maybe some overtime, and the tower, it does not have to go far. Endo's in here. They get splatted out. Dark's trying to ride this tower. Mob's coming in. What can they find? Are they going to get shut down? Blaze, they're trying to get the splats. Ace is able to stay alive with the Crab Tank for just a little bit of time, but Alliance Moon, they're falling left, right, and center. They need to find some spots on the other side, and Blaze, they get wiped out. Ace comes out on top, and that's going to be game. Alliance Moon, when the series was over, but they needed the map, they will get it. Oh my goodness.
They were able to get at the end there. And I feel like that's mainly because I saw Ace was just staying on that tower. They somehow weren't able to get Ace off of there. And they kept climbing onto the tower with just the short time they had left. And Ace was just like, I'm a stamper. I'm chilling on this tower here. I'm just going to charge slash you. One hit, Oko, you're gone.
Main character moment there. Alliance Moon, they get it's sometimes in Swiss, it's like feels a little bit down and defeated when you need like a map win at the end. It's like, oh, I guess we got another map, but I cannot overstate how important a scoreline for them to be 3-3 and 9-9 is compared to having a lot lower and getting 3 out there. Having that extra win, so they are pure neutral. They should be of our 60 teams. If Swiss is done its Swiss scoring, they should be team 30 on the day. Realistically, if it comes down to it, which could put them easily on the bubble for our alpha. I don't know what our split is. I don't know if we're having a 32 team format for alpha, which would probably make sense. But that extra game there could give them the little bit of momentum that they need. Blaze, I know with a 4-2 scoreline, they're most likely solidified up there.
You know, Blaze is most likely just chilling up there right now, and that alpha cut going to be going into tomorrow. But you know, it's going to be a little bit more dicey for Alliance Moon, but hopefully that last game does at least give them a little bit more security just in case, you know, that congestion. They are 3-3, but hopefully they're going to be able to secure that. But honestly, yeah, really great final game we saw there. And you're seeing the scores here right now, you know, Pone Panic going 2-1 actually, losing one game to Happy Hour, but they're going to be able to get that win. We see
They're undefeated on the day.
Yeah, no, they're undefeated, so they're going to be going straight to Alpha, top seed most likely. No questions asked.
Yeah. That's a lot of good looks. And remember everybody, we do have tomorrow's event. So while today's events are done, that doesn't mean that we don't have more great action tomorrow, and that you shouldn't keep donating to this amazing cause. We will the donation will be open all night. So I'd like to see. I know we hit 2,000. Maybe in the morning when stream opens up, 2,500. That might be a nice number to wake up to in the morning.
Yeah, I see we got $10 more in between the time we started and finished this round. So again, any money that you have, any money that you can at least donate, even if it's just a little bit, will just go towards an amazing cause. Going to be able to help the staff and these kids have better lives and to have that hope. You know, have gaming in the hospital in order to give them at least a little bit of, you know, happy time and something that can be really scary, especially for a child.
Yeah, it can be really tough, but games can be a very light and very positive, very positive, light at the end of in a pretty scary tunnel. But overall, we do have some more matches just finishing up, so we won't be able to confirm or deny who is going to be solidified in tomorrow's alpha bracket or the beta bracket. But what we will know is that we have more action tomorrow. So NM, I think we're gonna be wrapping up the stream here for today because it'll take a little bit of time because there's still quite a lot of matches going on.
Yeah. So just getting into it, of course, people, you know, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Ninstar123. You can see it down in this little corner. Right here. You can see there. You can go on there. I tweet sometimes. I very infrequently stream once in a blue moon. Gonna try to get better at that. Let's see if I actually do it this time. But of course, you know, Genie, where can the people find you?
I will be here tomorrow, same time as today, doing Top Cut with Pat. But in the meantime, I'm down there at Genie7, GEENIE 7 _ on Twitter, no _ on all other socials. I am currently not streaming because I'm going student crazy. But when that's done, I plan to be doing a lot more. And also the fact that side order has literally taken all of my time. Like I have come fully 100%ed side order, and I'm still having fun just messing around with it. It is so much fun. But while everyone is enjoying their Splatfest, go Team Drums. I don't necessarily care for my idol. Let's be honest here. I have to be honest. Big man best idol. Shivers not. Fry's definitely second. But Drums was the clearly superior choice.
You know, I feel you on that. I pick guitar myself, but at this point, I pick Splatfest more just to play with friends than really the subject matter itself.
Yep. But while we are wrapping up the day, we are going to be sending a raid over to one of Alice's favorite streamers because everybody on the Splatoon side is wrapping it up. And if you want to go watch some Splatfest, people, Splatoon 3 categories there for you. But with that, we'll be here, same place, same time, tomorrow for our alpha bracket showing. With that, NM, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you here on Dapple Productions tomorrow. For now, enjoy Final Fantasy. Yes.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. You all have a good one.
Bye.